They're making a whole magic set out of that M. Night Shyamalan movie? You're telling me this is gonna be a whole magic set? I don't get it. Are they gonna, like, just do paintings of this kid? I don't understand. What's up, y'all? How you doing? Happy day. Happy Tuesday. August 12th. Avatar. First look. That's today. That's what we're doing. Now, let me explain to you. We got two types of first looks at sets. From old Watsy. Over there in Ranton. You got your first looks and you got your reveal days. Today is what's called a first look. We might see some cards today. We might, but probably not, see some mechanics today. Today's the day where they show this off for distributors and stores to decide if they're gonna buy. And look, y'all know what's going on this year. It's a frenzy. It's like wizards went to the ocean and poured chum in, and now all the piranhas... Are piranhas in the ocean? My metaphor has crumbled right out of the gate. There's a lot of money flying around in Magic the Gathering right now. Everybody wants all of it. I have never watched the show Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have watched a 22-minute series recap video this morning. What's up? You might say I'm something of a bending expert myself. Chad, I hope y'all are doing well today. M. Night Shyamalan's movie made you want to jump off a building. What? Count. Was it that bad? I gotta say, when I was watching the story recap, it was very interesting. I liked the story a lot. I liked the world. And talk about fitting perfectly with Magic the Gathering. I was like, these are basically little planeswalkers. That's essentially all we got here. These are wizards fighting. Like, this is exactly Magic. It's going to be such a... The whole time I was watching, I was just like, oh, well, that's just like oh, well, that's just kind of like just Magic. Oh, that's just... Okay, got it. Got it. It's going to fit perfectly. Strix said you got homework. Go watch Atla as soon as the stream ends. Strix, they've been trying to get me to watch Atla in Discord since January. There's just I know it's only 3 seasons, but it seems to me, and confirmed by the story thing I watched today, that there's quite a bit of filler. It is a kid's show at the end of the day, so there's a lot of like side missions and side quests and stuff. And from what I could tell, the show is really well made, and so even the side mission episodes, while they may not have bearing on the overarching story, they're entertaining. They're good episodes. Right, Nico said it's fun. Garage said all the filler's great. 20-minute episodes. Nico's yelling at me for not watching over the last 8 months. Because the person whose video I watched, here, I'll just shout him out because it was a really good video. Let me go to it. All right, I'm going to leave the M. Night Shyamalan Google Images search. Joke landed. Oh, I got to go to history. You're tear bending? Oh, man. Speaking of tear bending, what about the part where that old lady in like book 3 is explaining to the girl water bending, and she's like, yeah, by the way, water's in every living thing. And she's like, oh, that's dope. And she's like, yeah, you know, keep going. What else is kind of like made of water, huh? And she was like, blood? I was like, oh shit. It's a kid's show. We got blood bending in this show? You! It's so metal, Nico. My favorite character, I think, was the little blind girl that metal bends. I was like, that is super dope. But a little bit weird. Like, why was metal the thing that stopped earthbenders? That's just so strange. Toph, yeah, dude. That character seemed really dope. Yeah, free barking. It'll start in an hour. We're just hanging out, chilling, catching up. I'm trying to learn Avatar, talk about Avatar to y'all that know it and learn it a little bit more. I watched a, here, I'm trying to pull it up right now. I watched a recap video earlier today from this YouTube channel called Man of Recaps. First time I'd ever seen it, but it was really good. Let me swap over. Well, have y'all seen this fella before? Anybody watch Man of Recaps? Anyway, the video was dope. He was really good. He went into some of the memes and stuff too. Oh man, there was a girl that turned into the moon. In that line later on, they were in the balloon and he's like, yeah, my first girlfriend turned into the moon. And he's like, that's rough, buddy. Bending evolve. Okay, here we go. Toph. Yeah, Toph. Yeah. Toph was dope, man. That character was super cool. Kids show that's kid friendly. Yeah, honestly, I just kept drawing parallels to Magic because I was like, it's a kid's game, but come on. Oh, bending. So bending just keeps evolving. That's interesting because Toph? Oh, it's Toph. It's not Toph. Sorry. Also, if you pronounce Toph's name like that, it'll cause riots. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, dude, that's rough, buddy. Obi, that line made me laugh, man. That was funny. He's like, I gotta show you this interaction. My first girlfriend turned into the moon. Titus. Okay, so I just should pronounce it Toph and I'll get more I'll get more comments. Alex, the lightning. Yes, dude. Okay, so by book 3, the Fire Nation Sun main character, I'm still learning their names. The Fire Nation Sun has like gone on his full redemption arc, and he's got to fight his sister, right? But her fire bending burns so hot that it's blue. Zuko, thank you. Zuko has got to fight his sister, but her fire is so hot it's blue. And so that fight scene between Zuko and Azula, where it's the blue fire versus the red fire, that looked so sick. And then the lightning, that was such a cool evolution of it. Oh, what I was gonna say, it's really weird that the lore of this story, of this world, goes back like millennia, right? Like it's every avatar from the beginning of time kind of thing. But in this one avatar's generation, all of this evolution of bending is happening. He's a very important avatar. Aang is a very important avatar. Yep, Iroh. Oh, and dude, Iroh. So Iroh gets put in prison and then has a prison push-ups montage, and he's jacked as hell. Metrics, what's up? Good to see you. Here. Yeah, seriously, Iroh montaged a 8-pack. And then he just wanted to open a tea store, a tea shop. That was nice. Look into the voice actor for Iroh. Okay, I will do that. What other cool parts? The deflection of all the lightning and stuff, and how that comes back. Oh man, just how, honestly, how the water, who's the waterbender? I think it might be his like main squeeze, right? Was she the card that we got? Is that Katara? Is she the waterbend? She's the waterbender who like she learns how to bloodbend. She starts doing all the like flash freeze stuff where she's inside of a giant like piece of ice with her enemy, but then she can like melt the water around her to move around within the ice block. Some of the power stuff was really sick. I can understand watching the recap and being like pretty interested in the story and lore and powers and stuff. I can imagine how frustrating that movie must have been, the live action movie. She bends her sweat to break out of jail? That's badass. That's really badass, actually. It's weird to me that earthbenders were like, oh no, but we can't do metal, sorry. I was like, that's strange to me. So it makes sense that that could evolve. That Toph could make it happen. What was my best pull from EOE? I didn't open any collector's EOE for myself. I pulled quite a few of the cards I needed, Terra Symbiosis, from my EOE box. 4 other people on stream last Friday, Saturday? When was that drip show, y'all? Last weekend sometime. We had a selling show and I opened up a Fractured Sunborn, which is like the second best card in the entire set. Friday. Oh, Count, thank you very much. Yeah. Haircut jump scare. Oh yeah, Metrics. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. So that was like, the king or whoever was in charge at the time was mind controlling everybody? Was hypnotizing everybody? That's got to be like a fog effect, right? With a card titled There Is No War in Ba Sing Se? Or like return all attacking creatures to their owner's hands or something? Who is Gyatso, Garage? Anybody start building a Katara deck yet? Aang's OG mentor. Oh, like Aang's teacher, like way back, or you see it in the show? Monk Gyatso was Monkey Atso. Oh yeah, Delius, it could be a propaganda Godzilla treatment card called There Is No War in Ba Sing Se. Way back. Yeah. Monk Gyatso. Oh, looks like a old Aang, huh? So they've said, and they've confirmed, right, that this isn't going to have Legend of Korra. Jank, no! This is how I learn! Okay, so all the Airbender masters look like Aang. I see. Yes, yeah, that's what I was asking, Food. So they are only giving us The Last Airbender, and that makes sense. I mean, I have a feeling after, you know, getting an overview of the entire thing that this set is going to work very well. And if it then sells well on top of that, you got an easy path to a sequel. Much easier to a sequel than like your Final Fantasy set. You really pulled out all the stops with that Final Fantasy set to make sure that that one set succeeded. Tough to follow that up, in my opinion, just because of how wide stretching it was. And so leaving yourself a sequel road with Legend of Korra. Is any of the original cast in Legend of Korra? When does that happen in relation to the timeline of The Last Airbender? Yes, but barely. Oh, it's 50 years after? Got it. Got it. So there's only one there's only one avatar. Oh, so Korra is an avatar? Interesting. Well, all right. The new preview for the Yep, nope. I see. Well, that's cool. I'm looking forward to this set now. I was not, prior to Final Fantasy, looking forward to the Final Fantasy set. I wasn't looking forward to the Avatar set, but that Final Fantasy set, maybe one of my favorite sets of all time. It's definitely one of my favorite sets of all time. It's in my top 5, maybe my top 3. I got to sit down and really think about that again, because I've been saying that a lot since that set came out. Might be time to go back and re-rank my favorite sets of all time. But I'm looking at Avatar now through the lens that I gained from watching how they executed the Final Fantasy set. And I feel like this one's even more of a home run. It's honestly like a lot of the design of the world and power sets already aligns with the power sets of Magic. There's like barely translation needed in some cases. Right, Nico, that's also a really good point. On top of what I was talking about with it leaves them a nice path toward a sequel. Should this do well, which again, by everything that I can see through my lens of wow, they killed it with the Final Fantasy set, this seems like it's going to be a banger set. but it also lets them get more niche and down in there. I mean, I can't tell you how many times Dom has complained. What was the one that the guy with the gun blade in Final Fantasy? Squall. 8 was the one that you loved, right, Dom? Anyway, he's talked a lot about how his favorite references and stuff weren't in Final Fantasy 8. That's what I thought. I was just second guessing myself. Dom talked a lot about how there were a lot of Final Fantasy 8 references that were left out, and I heard that from a lot of Final Fantasy fans about a lot of different Final Fantasies. Them just focusing on The Last Airbender lets them get more niche, right? We're definitely gonna get Forehead Boom Boom guy. What was he called? the guy who could explode things with his head, who gets hit in the head by a boomerang. By the way, kids show, that dude's head explodes. I was like, what the? Okay. To Sparky Boom Man. Right. Dude, I'm telling you. You know you're going to get a card of that because they can niche down that hard. But if it was all of Avatar, Legend of Korra included, fewer references. Sparky Boom Man. Yeah, Strix. I think the only thing that will need translation is exactly what you're saying. 5 colors, 4 elements. Combustion Man. Right, Alex. That's what he ended up being called. But you'll get cards like that. You'll get some of the tighter references. You might get a card called That's Rough, Buddy. It is a mature show. Yeah, maybe use what? Like anger? Anger is a major theme in this show. Rage. Vengeance. Letting go or holding on to anger. So maybe that's what the color black kind of represents in the pie. A That's Rough Buddy card would be hilarious. That was the part that made me laugh the hardest when I was watching the recap. That, and for some reason, when Aang is disguised as, and they're in the Fire Nation in 3, him being like, Flameo, hot man. For some reason, that really made me laugh. Yeah, I could see that. Spirits and Spirit World. Yeah, death and reincarnation. That's obviously a major theme. Oh, That's Rough, Buddy. Is flavor text on an Imprisoned in the Moon reprint. I don't mind that. That's funny. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, this, again, talking about the way that this show just sort of translates onto Magic so well. You know how in the Lord of the Rings set, you didn't want just one Gandalf card. You didn't want one Frodo card. And so they had different Frodo cards for different points of Frodo's story. They had different Gandalfs, etc. Talk about a show that has like distinctly different variations almost of the exact same character. Changing, evolving, learning, reincarnating, whatever. Switching sides. Right, learning. Just honestly, yeah, Oh. Actually, Jank, that's interesting. You know the mechanic learn? Okay, we got to take it to Scryfall. How long do we have? Will somebody warn me in case I get into a tangent here? Because now we're getting interesting. Oh, learn, sort, EDH rake. Are there even any learn cards that are Dece? No. No, because learn is like completely irrelevant to Commander, right? Never mind. I'm not on something interesting. Anyway, what I was going to posit is that potentially there is Right, yeah, Keelan, is that there was in this show a lot of teaching, a lot of mentors, a lot of learning techniques, a lot, like, it's very much that kind of show. You know, they're going around collecting knowledge instead of Pokemon, that kind of kid show. And so it makes sense for this set to have some functional crossover with the next Strixhaven set, because we're going back to Arcavios next year. And Rosewater said in his State of Design article at the beginning of the week that they wanted more handshaking between sets. That one byproduct of moving from block structure into this one-off, we just do whatever set we want to whenever structure, is that the mechanical overlap is less than ever, and players aren't really liking that. For instance, there's not a lot of vehicle support outside of Aether Drift. So if you want to build a vehicle deck, you got one set to look at. If you wanted to build otters from Bloomborough, there's only one otters set that you can go build that deck from. So it'd be interesting with like mentorship, with learning, training, mentor any of these keywords. Maybe this could be the start of us seeing some more mechanical handshaking between sets so that you can build more decks out of, oh, I want to build a mentor deck. Oh, I want to build a, what was the other variations of mentor? There's like mentor and there's training. I think there's a couple of others. Right, landfall becoming a evergreen mechanic and showing up across sets. You know what, I also, talking about standards, somebody also pointed out that we are not even at peak standard right now for the amount of sets that's going to be in standard. Isn't that insane? There's like 50% more until we're at the peak of how many sets are simultaneously in standard as a format. That's insane to me. But anyway, mechanical handshaking between sets. We know we're getting allies. In fact, I started putting together an initial ally list. You can see it's at 108. I've got, it's at 38 lands, I think. Yeah. But it's also got a lot of stuff in here. Like, I thought that Resurrection could be a cool sub-theme of this, since you really need your allies on the battlefield as much as possible. But I need to go back through and like check numbers on cards like Smile at Death. Do I have enough power 2 or less that I'm like, or is it? But, you know, From the Rubble, great ally card. Choose a creature type ally. Beginning of your end step, return target creature card chosen type graveyard to the battlefield with finality counter on it. Obviously, generic stuff like this. You can see, I put a big Resurrection sub-theme in here. Storm of Souls, Recommission. You get to run things like Raise the Palisade. That's pretty cool. Oh, Buzzfuzz, really? Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what it falls down to, Dom, right? Is that you need better allies. We're definitely running things like whenever core entanglers or another ally enters the battlefield, tap target creature and opponent controls. Oh, we need to run like create shapeshifter stuff, because that's how you'll trigger your ally stuff a bunch. Boom, 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 boom. Sure, boom, boom. Yeah, dude. But you are right. The moral of the story right now is that allies mostly suck as a creature type. You're running things like McKindy's Shieldmate because it's a 3-drop ally. Another ally enters the battlefield. Your defender gets bigger. Howard Lionheart, but that doesn't save the card. Umara Raptor, one of the more decent allies. And this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly a great example of your point, Dom, is that we're looking at this deck list and being like, ooh, baby, we need more Umara Raptors. We need more 1/1 flyers for 3 that grow, because that'll help us seal a game. Yeah, my finisher is just length. The finishers on this deck are length of game. Tajuru Warcaller And I need to play like four allies in the same turn and hope they all have haste. But that will, hey, look, that'll trigger multiple times with Katara the Fearless. Oh, Nico, never change. It was you and not BuzzFuzz that caught it. I can't believe you. Thoughts on K-pop and romantic sets in Magic? Colin, does the fact that there are My Little Ponies in Magic make you not play right now? Just ignore the shit that you don't like, brother. Oh, love being finished by a good link. Damn it. You got it too. Yeah, Colin, honestly, as long as the card designs are good, I want to keep playing Magic. What it's skinned as really doesn't bother me. I've been pretty clear about that for the past couple years, though, ever since this shit's been really taking off. I'm in. I liked, I played, what is it called? Fortnite for like 2-3 years. I'm also like a skins collector, like a, that makes me sound like I'm a serial killer. I like cosmetics in games. I'm definitely a cosmetics collector. For no reason other than just to have them. I don't use all of them, but I'm like, well, if I could earn that cosmetic by doing that thing 100 times, better do that thing 100 times. Here we go. Yeah, Keelan, we been Fortnite. Brad, what's up? There's gonna be a cabbage man. John, don't ever repeat that I called myself a skin collector. I sound like a new A24 horror movie bad guy. Here, look, this is a, y'all want to see a work in progress? We are almost, and I know we're over halfway through with the year, but we're almost done with the Joel R. Magic 2026 playmat. I just had to make sure we got all the references in there, you know what I'm saying? This is a work in progress, so bear with me here. Aw, yeah. We got me with my cabbages. We got dragons coming out of Sonic rings in the green zone. We got Edge of Eternity's planets. We got jellyfish from SpongeBob. We got Spidey. We got Buster Swords. We got Bikini Bottom. That's Sothera back there. Yeah, Keelan, this is going to be the 2025 official Joel R. Magic playmat. We're very nearly done with it. You can ask Buzz. We've been working with the artist for quite some time now. But it's very nearly done. There's quite a few details to still inject here and some things that have already changed about this. But this was one of our last iterations. So I wanted to show that off because at this point we've got all of the sets announced for the year. There's not going to be any other like surprise. You know, here's another crossover. Yeah, Nails, that's a Sonic ring. We're going to have Green Zone. Green Hill Zone back here through the Sonic ring. We got an Aether Drift car. Should be fun. Should be a good one. Oh, we got SpongeBob in there. Yeah, I can't. If I wait until like October for the 2025 playmat, I'm already working on the 2026 playmat. And I didn't start working on this one until like Q2 this year. So I'll be more ahead of the game next year. That's the dragon right here, Tarkir. Ripping out of the portal. I'm legally not allowed to put loot on things. Sorry, Dom. That's right, Brad. Careful, Disney is litigious. Me and Disney go way back. We're good. Yeah. No, that was a joke. Oh, Dom, you know, I was thinking, do you think that any of our old contacts have any ends on the Avatar stuff? Or could like hook us up with some cool production value Avatar stuff? Like to go shoot? You know what I'm talking about? I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, need to go ring the orange phone. See who I know over there still. We should have a chat about that. Yeah, same. But, I mean, yeah. Nobody in product, but I was thinking through the animation connections, we could maybe get something. Or at the very least, just be like, yo, can we go over to animation and shoot some shorts? Right? They've got to have some dope Avatar, like, statues and stuff over there somewhere. I didn't really know the property back when I worked there. But yeah, exactly. So, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's just... Yeah, seriously. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We got the Nick Olodian connects. We might as well use them. Wasn't that last year? Scaredy Cat, what are you talking about? For context, chat, me and Dom used to work out. Deadpool came out this year. Yeah, that was April Fool's this year. Mike, what's up? It's going to be super cool if you don't know anything about Avatar. Just know that, honestly, the IP, the world, fits really, really well into Magic. It's about, you know, elemental bending, so people who can use fire and earth and air and shit as offensive and defensive, you know, techniques when they're fighting, or really just in everyday life. I've seen there were a lot of, like, practical life applications for their Magic too. In their world they've got set up. It really just transposes so well into Magic. It's kind of crazy, it seems to me. And so it should be dope. The art should be cool. It is an animated series, so there's tons of reference already. Yeah, so I honestly think it's going to be pretty sweet. I didn't know what to think, but like I said, I watched that recap and they bend. They don't use magic. Oh my god, dude. There's a lot of characters, a lot of funny jokes, a lot of good characters, a lot of funny jokes. It's a lot of really classic storylines, father and son, brother and sister, you know, idealism differences, age versus youth, destiny versus, like, choice. It's a lot of classic themes, but they use them really well, and the world is really well designed. But still pretty straightforward, right? It's not obtuse to figure out. Revenge and forgiveness. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like rage versus calm, acceptance versus revenge. Lots of that kind of shit. Oh, Strix, Katara literally says that in episode 1. Fine. It's not magic, it's bending. I've learned my lesson. All of the bending is based off of martial art forms. Some of the coolest animation was the fight stuff. I was talking about the Zuko versus his sister fight was super sick. Obviously the last fight, Aang versus what, the Phoenix King? Yeah, dude. Jank, I'm with you. Oh, Atla was already gone? And they were making Korra? Oh, interesting. The Fire Lord, the Phoenix God, the Phoenix King. Fire Lord, Phoenix Man. Let's go. Yeah, Curry, that's what I was talking about. One of my favorite characters was Toph. And when she gets kidnapped, so she's like, I want to go join the party. And her parents are like, hell no. And she's like, nah, I'm good. I'm bouncing. And just bails. They send people after her. They capture her. They put her in a metal box because apparently earthbenders can't bend metal. And then she like sees that's one of the coolest parts about her characters. She's like Daredevil. I think that's why I like her, because she's like Daredevil. Matt Murdock, but a little blind girl in Avatar. She like sees the metal box and it's got earth all in it. And she's like, oh, I can do this. And then she's just like casually bending metal, just like blowing metal out of her way the rest of the series. Super cool. Yeah. Toph was a cool character. MTG is going to run a special avatar card if you shave your head. Oh yeah, Sokka goes to the trainer to learn sword, right? Gosen makes, what's the sword that he makes? Doesn't he make some kind of space sword or something? Meteorite sword? Meteor sword? Yeah, dude. That'll be a cool equipment. Oh, and then you know there's going to be... Oh my god, dude. The board wipes with them in the, like, airship at the end channeling the meteor's power and just glassing the earth. I'm not sure about eventually fall, Dan. That's normally the type of card that goes up and sort of plateaus. Those will be sort of immune to further reprints because they are specifically Final Fantasy. And if you want that one, you want that one. You don't want, you know, you want the Captain Lannery Storm that is the Final Fantasy card, not necessarily any Captain Lannery Storm will do. And so you don't really see fall off on those types of cards yet. We're still in terms of Magic the Gathering's history, we're still fairly new on Universes Beyond, and so we're learning things every set, every year. You know, things are kind of changing from how they've always been with Magic and card prices and stuff like that. So we're staying reactive and staying agile, paying attention. But I wouldn't see those cards necessarily reacting to further reprints, the Through the Ages foils. The same way that, you know, like a Commander Masters reprint of whatever so-and-so card would be. That's just like base art, like foil etched or something. That's the kind of card that would react and go down price-wise if it hit a reprint. Oh, the Meteor will definitely be a suspend card, Jank. That's a good idea. Dilius, that's very interesting you said that, because when they were talking about there's a, what is it, the White Lotus Order? The White Lotus Order, when they said the word Lotus in the show, I was like, oh, well, there you go. There's your chase card. They'll definitely have some sort of Lotus. But the thing is they've got to toe the line between busted commander cards and standard power level, because all of these are going straight into standard and not, you know, modern or higher power sets. And so we shall see. I don't know what a standard Lotus looks like. Could be a reprint of Jeweled Lotus. Collector Booster exclusive, special guest, Jeweled Lotus, Lotus Petal, Order of the White Lotus. Yeah, there you go, Son of Sullivan. Oh yeah. Oh, and actually, Buzz, we had a standard Lotus before that. The 5-color one. Timeless. Timeless. Oh, and wait, oh, we've got standard Lotuses, don't we? Isn't there like a Lotus ring? Isn't that a standard? I'm pretty sure that was in that Thunder Junction set within a set. The Thunder Junction Outlaws of Thunder Junction set within a set. No, I don't think there's... Well, there may be a serialized card for Avatar. We haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen the headliner yet. I'm beginning to suspect that there is no serialized cards in the Spider-Man set. Strix. Alright, panic. Coalition Victory reprint? That could be a fun special guest. I could see that. I could see that. But I really do think this set is going to be pretty sweet. And hopefully leads into the Lorwyn and Strixhaven stuff next year really well. The Omega pack of... Oh, the Omega packaging? Yeah, we did see the Avatar packaging, didn't we? Guaranteed foil in every pack. That's the beginner box. Jumpstart. Commander's bundle that has a collector booster in it. Tell me more about a Commander's bundle. That's what we'll learn about today. The packaging and the different product offerings. I'm interested in what this is. Oh, Garage, thank you for the shout out. Yo, hit like if you're hanging out. Let's get up to 69 likes before we get this thing going. We are about 12 minutes from the Magic stream where they'll be revealing all of this. And yeah, there's the collector booster packaging. The Omega Pack packaging that Alvir was referring to. Does not contain that label that says may contain a serialized card. And that's been on every one so far. Doesn't mean that it's not like a preemptive product shot that just doesn't have that on there, but they've got so much going on over there at Wizards, it's unlikely that they're doing variants of their product images to throw people off scents. Yeah, Lotus Ring was on the big score bonus sheet. Oh, that wasn't standard? Oh, well, there you go. Shows you how much I play standard. I don't. Starts at 1 p.m. Yep, we good. We good. Also of note, if you are at your computer or you can have Amazon open at the same time, pre-orders will probably go live during this. So far, pre-orders in the year 2025 for Magic the Gathering have been, I'm going to say iffy. I'm actually going there right now to see if they are already live. No. Gift bundles of Spider-Man's already sold out. Oh, shop by expansion. Nope. More expansion. Nope, they don't even have it listed yet. March of the Machine, Kaldheim. Nope. Okay. Final Fantasy Edge Spider-Man. So, just FYI. Might want to have that tab open. Oh, Mr. Beast is in chat. Good to see you. David. We're on the same page, David. We will be ready for the pre-orders. All right, chat. Let's try something here. All right, hang on just a second, Spec. Let me set some stuff up here. Chat, got a guest with us to watch the reveal stream today. Spec, can you hear me?
No, I can, yeah.
Okay, people can hear me. You can hear you. They can hear you, I believe. Two heads full.
Oh!
Oh! There we go. We just don't have the stream assets on.
Oh,
boom!
baby.
There we go.
What's up?
Chat.
What's going on, stream?
Everybody say hey to Spec. MTG Metrics on YouTube.
What's going on? I've got my Iroh Jasmine Dragon shirt. Very
nice.
fun for this.
Yes, so Spec has been telling me that he is a gigantic Avatar head. Tell me more. You're an Avatar head.
Yeah, it's a great show. I mean, watched it when I was a kid. I mean, I think me and my wife are on our like 4th rewatch.
Oh, really?
Thing. Yeah, we love it.
I learned a lot about it this morning. I consumed as much as I could in my...
And for a kid show, what did you think? I mean, it sounds like, just listening to you talk about it, it sounds like, oh wow, this is compelling. Very
interesting, very entertaining. Like I said, I love the world, I love the lore. Really classical story archetypes and characters that, you know, I felt like with the Magic system had a simple but refreshing take to it. I liked how the Magic system evolved over time. I do feel like there should be a little bit more of like a drawback. I feel like there's not enough of a drawback. It's just like a hard thing to do, bend in this universe. It's not necessarily like it comes at major cost to you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
it's just difficult. And so I kind of like when that is a part of the Magic systems, but it's also a kid show and how it you know, deep and complicated can you get.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think they had a lot of conflict in the show already. Like more conflict than you typically see in a kid's show. So
for sure,
you know,
and they kind of messed around with that stuff with the Avatar state, right? Like he gained and lost that at various times, and it was taxing for him or knocked him out or Yeah, Nico. It's a lot like Dragon Ball Z in that respect, in that it's mostly like a greatness is achieved through training type of show. Not
exactly.
Not like there's the Destiny piece of it with the Avatar, but that's more of like, I don't know, like a god being reborn. What is Avatar like a deity type being in this world, or what? How is that looked at?
Yeah, it's kind of like a deity, but like just like a really powerful person. There's only one ever, and when they die
at a time.
At a time. Yeah. They get the next one, and they can, when they enter the avatar state and stuff, they have access to all the memories and stuff of all the previous avatars. So they can kind of like, you know, use it to get advice or to kick someone's butt.
Got it. Hero of Destiny. Is the avatar always benevolent? Like that's a part of the avatar, is that they protect everybody, or are they ever like, I want to take over the world?
For the most part, yes, the avatars are benevolent, but there are certain avatars that go harder in the paint than other avatars.
Sure.
And they actually do in Korra, they do a whole avatar origin story too for the first avatar. You kind of get this whole, oh, this is how this came to be.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Like it's not as good a show, but it's still worth watching because they explore, you know, the origins of bending as well as the new bending that happens. Which
Got
is
it.
cool.
Okay, so Dom said there's been avatars that confess to being like lazy. So far that we've seen, the worst quality that an avatar can have is like, I don't want to do anything with my power.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's some of that, but like some of the other ones are like, you know, just a huge, like there's a woman, basically like they thought she was like, oh, a really mean avatar, but like at the end she just like, all right, cool, we're just gonna do our own thing, and she just like cut the earth in half, and then they're on an island now.
Oh, speaking of cutting, what was the chip slice? There was a move toward the end of the attack on, the Dark Sun attack. What did they call it? The Dark Sun invasion? I forget what it's called. Like when they were waiting on the eclipse to happen in book 3.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like in the airships, and he was like, I'm going to crash this airship into all the other airships. And that's what helps them win the Air Force fight.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I like that in the show. There's a lot of janky, well, let's just do something out of pocket, and hopefully that works out. There is definitely a lot of just childlike ingenuity that wins the day sometimes.
Yeah. I like that a lot. All right, chat. Yep. It is looking like we are about to get our first look at Avatar: The Last Airbender Magic the Gathering set. How we do these streams. Like I said, you've got your first looks and you've got your full reveals, or like reveal days. This is not a reveal day. They're gonna trickle information out to us today. It's not gonna be a ton, but we very well may be muting, pausing, whatever, and talking over. The entire point of this one is just see what they got for us today and react accordingly.
I love calling Sokka a master tactician. That is, he likes to think of himself as that. I would say he's an above average tactician.
Which one is Sokka? Oh, he's the swordsman, right? He eventually becomes a swordsman.
Yeah, he's the...
He's a friend, buddy.
So in your quick glancing, you'd say Toph is your favorite?
I really liked Toph. I thought that was a really cool character.
She's written so well. Like what she
I mean,
has
I
to go
like
through
the main character is cool. That's why I asked if there was any like possibility that they the Avatar was ever like, oh, I'm gonna make sure that the Earth is good, but I'm in charge, dude. I'm the king of the world. I am the most powerful thing. Don't cross me. Because I feel like the storyline could sort of start leaning into Doctor Doom's type of storyline, which is I'm the most powerful being that exists, and so it's my responsibility to keep everyone safe at any cost. And so I'm just gonna kill anybody who gets in my way. I'll make you not exist. I'm so powerful. That kind of thing, you know?
Right.
And so I was curious if there was ever an Avatar that was like, I am the warlord Avatar and I rule with an iron fist. Our enemies, I crushed them.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, some people, as some people are alluding to, like some were definitely went harder than others.
Yeah.
But they were typically all, you know, pretty even keeled.
They were better there for the betterment of society.
Yeah. Someone asked, what type of bending would we be? I definitely I've always liked lightning stuff, so Azula's lightning bending just looks sick as hell.
Yeah, so I mean, as a planeswalker, I'm a red player for sure, but I would say that within the universe itself, earth bending seems really. It seems like there's a lot more to explore with earth bending, and it seems very interesting to me.
They do, which is great because because when you initially see it, it's kind of. Okay, I get this, and then they go way harder with it later on, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like a Magneto thing, right? There's iron in everybody's blood. Like we can get crazy with it. Yeah. And I just feel like Earth, if you do it right, earth bending. I don't really know the element alignments in this, and fire counters water and all that kind of shit. I'm sure there's a lot of oh, well, I can turn to ice and be more powerful than the fire. There's a lot of that kind of stuff, I'm assuming. But Earth just seems very oh, I counter all of the elements very well to me, without knowing the true hierarchy of Avatar power structure.
The other thing I really like is that the martial arts animations that they used for earthbending is so heavy set and very deliberate in the way it looks. I don't know if you watch when you watch it, all their stepping and stuff. Yeah, it's very cool. Where because the water stuff is more the very flowing styles of martial arts. You know, they took that and made that their animation stuff, whereas the earth stuff is all more grounded stances and stuff like that. Yeah, Food Time said there isn't a hard rock paper scissors. Anyone can beat anyone else, and I like that. I think that's true. That's a pretty cool. That's funny, Bob. What's up, Gaming Bob? That is a good point, Food, and that's one of the things I liked is that I just assumed, oh well, firebenders get crushed by waterbenders, get crushed by earthbenders, get crushed by air or whatever, you know. Yeah, and I mean it's not that really at all. It's not typically that. I mean, there's there's an assault on a water island nation thing, and the firebenders are definitely at a disadvantage for some chunk of it, right? Yeah. But things happen in the story that change that. But it kind of it also depends on surroundings and that kind of stuff, which is cool. All right, chat, we are here. Let me fix the audio here. Oh man, this guy Avatar is real hard. Give me just a second.
Sneak peeks at the set. We do these kind of early.
Tell me if you can't hear it, chat.
Stores and distributors an idea of what they're signing up for, but as a bonus, you, the fan, get to learn a bit as well. And actually, it's going to be more than a bit today because we're showing off a number of cards today. In a moment,
he said it's going to be more than a bit.
Really cool short video that's going to have a bunch of those cards in it.
And
don't worry about trying to pause or screen grab anything because we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it all with our two fantastic guests.
All right, chat. We may be getting way more than anticipated.
Welcome.
Exciting.
Thank you for joining
they're
us.
finally going to tell us what bending is, I hope, because they've been showing us
we work
these
on things so far,
but not how it works at all.
Right, what the mechanic means at all. Yeah.
Waiting to finally get to talk about this set. And so, super excited to get into it.
Do you think this dude avatars?
I'm asking a very obvious question.
I don't think he's ever watched a show in his life.
Were you a fan
he
before
just
you
put the
started
merch on him and was get
just
out there.
a little bit. I would say I would put Avatar as merely maybe my #1 TV show of all time. So no, I was a huge fan coming in.
This dude is
and really this was a dream
so
come
ready
true.
to spoil way more than he's supposed to.
Hey, bro, and power to him. It was very clear when Gavin was talking about the Final Fantasy set how much just love he had for it, and that translated into a killer set. And so, honestly, if there's going to be anybody to put at the heads of these sets, go find somebody who's got the arrow tattooed on their freaking forehead and put that person in charge. I'm a fan.
100%. I want the guy that cannot stop smiling, waiting to tell us about this stuff.
All right, here we go,
be in
chat.
charge.
Water. Earth. Fire. Air.
And the planeswalkers attack.
Discover the cards of Magic the Gathering, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Crack Aang's iceberg. It's your choice to follow Aang's journey or write your own legend.
Here we go, chat.
Yep.
It's gonna be a
Explore
deluge.
the 4 nations with full art Appa
That's
lands.
a sick planes. I dig that.
And discover the power of Avatar Aang as he transforms into Aang, master of the elements.
That art looks dope.
Yeah,
Get a
into
glimpse
it.
of Aang's full
Dig it.
potential with
We've
show
seen this
creator
one,
Brian
yeah.
Knitzko's raised foil Avatar Aang card. But while
Nice,
Aang's
nice.
bending skills are great, you'll need the whole gang to save the world.
Look at them.
Oh, they look good.
3 colors
Those-
off. 3 colors off.
And Team
Commander!
Avatar isn't complete
Look at that.
without
Look at that.
Appa,
Alt.
Steadfast
Just
Guardian,
no text
and
alt.
Momo,
There you
Friendly
go,
Flyer.
Verlio. Told you
Yeah.
lessons.
Befriend
you
them
teaching.
and other
Ooh.
hybrid creatures along the
they're
way.
doing like the Bloomborough like animal schematic thing.
Love it.
I
Find
like that.
iconic Avatar scenes in the set, like Sokka's
down as
haiku.
well. I like that they do the haiku.
Pivotal
They don't
moments
put the haiku
define
on it.
you.
What?
Hey, that was a lesson.
Faded Firepower asks who you
Called
are.
it.
And
Nice.
Redirect Lightning asks what kind of vendor you want to be.
Whoa, a 1-mana fork? Okay.
Yes.
Collect
Oh,
Avatar
it has
The
an
Last
additional cost, but I
Airbender
can't read.
lore, including cards like The Rise of
Dude,
Sozin.
this
Fire Lord
looks
Fire
Sozin.
Lord
Oh
Sozin.
oh my god, this looks so good.
Find your people. Become the Avatar.
Is that the
Discover
set?
your destiny.
Airbend another target.
And don't
It's
forget
his-
to hit
it's
up
his,
your favorite
kite.
local
That's-
vendors.
That's nice.
See more of Magic the Gathering,
Wow. Okay,
Avatar
that was
The
a lot.
Last
That was
Airbender.
so good.
Tuesday, October 28th on the debut stream.
It looks cool, y'all.
Flamio, Hotman.
Wow. I mean,
Flamio,
Art alone-
Hotman.
And welcome back. As I said, don't worry about trying to go back and,
Okay.
and look at any of that or take screenshots because we're going to
Did anybody
thanks,
catch any of
Blake.
those
That
cards?
we put 4 paragraphs on everything on purpose so you couldn't read it.
I want to start with
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean,
Appa lands that we saw
right off the
because
bat,
I think one of the
seems
cool
cool.
things about
Seems
this
like the
is
art
it really
seems
takes you on a
awesome.
journey, much like the show
Art looks
and the card
super
seems-
sweet, like I thought it would. It looks like it's translating very well into Magic.
Yeah,
I mean,
it looks like
so
we're
much of
getting
the
like
show
some
is focused
new
on
art that they've drawn
their
for this, as well as
journey,
Yes.
some like
you
what
know,
looks like very classic
physically
from the
through
cartoon.
the world, and
art
also,
as
of course,
well.
their corresponding character journeys through that.
Pretty
but,
exciting.
you know, I am someone who oftentimes in Magic sets, the land art is my favorite art. And getting to bring this world to life at such a, you know, a high level of like, you know, fidelity that we've never been able to see
We're
before.
pretty-
Like getting to
Derek,
see
oh.
these locations that we've been to, these, you know, landscapes.
Yeah,
that are
Peanut Butter, sorry
beautiful,
about that. We
just
are gonna
brought
be
to life in a
talking
whole
over
new
them
way.
most of this,
That was
so
just something that was so
if you wanna watch the
exciting
reactions,
to
you can come
me
back
about
later. You can
getting
go watch
to
this on their Twitch
bring
stream.
Avatar into Magic.
Yeah, let's put those landscapes up on the
Yeah,
screen.
no Korra
so we
for
can
this
look at
set.
them. Yeah.
No, it's no
Ooh,
These
Korra.
are gorgeous.
Those
Eventually,
look
we
fantastic.
we pitched around a couple of ideas on like how to tackle the basics because in Magic, basic lands are the lens
Interesting
to
what they
see
chose
our
for the
world of
island.
planes, and in Universes Beyond, it's a way for us to see the world that we know and that we love. And so when we were talking about like different things that we could do,
I'm into it, though.
Well,
I really
the
like
gang,
blasting
they
Say in the
see
planes.
their world
What is
through
Appa?
Appa. They're always flying
Appa
on its back
is the
on this
flying
globe-trotting
bison that
adventure.
they're all riding.
Wouldn't it be
Oh,
cool
that's the
if we
big
could
creature.
recreate
Okay,
that
got it,
feeling
got it, got it,
for
got it.
players? Feel like
Everyone
you're
loves
on
Appa.
seeing these
Yeah,
iconic
that's
vistas and
kind of a.
locations.
I don't watch a lot of anime, but I always notice in different animes, there's always kind of like a big creature that is like a giant friendly monster. That's a very common trope, right?
Yeah, they do quite like that. Very,
Appa
very
is that one in this.
rust-coated.
Yeah, there you
How
go.
these
Exactly,
wonderful,
exactly.
wonderful, IPs come together to create just a very nice new lens for something. that we
I don't see him in the.
There are a lot of
forest. Is he in
iconic
the
elements
forest?
from the show, but I think that the just
No,
seeing
it's
Pre-orders-
Appa in the
pre-orders
sky
are not
is
available
perhaps
yet
one of
on
the most iconic
Amazon
visual
chat. I'm
elements in the
checking.
show.
No, they're not.
I mean, I realize
promise
now
I'll
as I'm
let you
talking about
know.
it, literally my
Yeah, let me
phone
know
case
too.
that I have is a little Appa flying in the sky. So
Yeah,
really, really
that's cool.
iconic.
Yeah, well, we're also going to visit some iconic and
Nothing yet,
familiar
What else you got?
locations.
What else you
We're
got,
not
Blake?
gonna
Let's
show a
search
ton of them
Avatar and
today,
Magic the Gathering.
But we are going to show one that's going to. It's going to look familiar. It's
not there yet. I'll let you know, I promise.
Some Magic fans too, mechanically. So let's take a look at Southern Air Temple. Yes,
Shrines.
Shrines are.
Oh, we have the
coming back, so-
shrines.
Interesting.
Coming back.
Tell us about this one.
I mean, the shrines, really early on, someone
Wait,
said,
what-
hey,
so
wouldn't
what
it be
is the
fun to
difference?
have
I saw
shrines?
the,
They visit
the
many
kite
shrines, throughout
set
the
symbol,
world.
and this is
many
the
connected
Avatar
with
set
various
symbol. Which one is which?
locations and nations and elements.
I'm
And
assuming
once we put
this
them
is
in,
the
they
main
never
set,
left because they
Main
TLA,
set?
because
Okay.
typically the commander set's got a C
So,
in
you know,
it.
this is one of
Yeah. Okay.
a couple of different shrines that perhaps that we'll get a look at, in the future.
Okay. So this is
But
Cathar's Crusade
one of the other
as a
things that we wanted
shrine.
to do from a design perspective is,
Interesting.
For 4 mana.
we still wanted shrines to have
There's
that
one less,
identity
but
of
you have to
caring
split
about how many
between
shrines
creatures
you
and
have
shrines in
scaling
your
your
creature
shrines,
deck.
but
So
in a kind of a new
yeah, it makes
way.
sense.
So you'll see that the shrines in this
It's
set,
legendary,
they work just
too.
a little bit
It
differently
doesn't
from
matter for
previous
commander,
shrines,
but
Oh, the
interesting.
kite is
still
Jumpstart.
fit very well with all of the existing
Oh, that's
shrine
Jumpstart?
cards in
Thank you,
Magic.
Keelan.
Interesting.
And very fun to draft.
And creatively, a lot of the shrines in the world we pick to be places of reverence or spiritual importance or connected to the Avatar. So you can see here.
There's gonna be
obviously,
a
right
land
next to
called
the
Secret
birthplace
Tunnel,
of the
right?
last Airbender.
That better
the
be.
shrines and inside the world
They've
of
missed
Avatar,
a reference
the
if there's
idea
not.
of being connected through spirit and through your previous generations.
Did you get to
previous
hear the
Avatar
song?
Cycles, is
A little bit, just
point
the clip of
reverence.
them
And
going,
So we try to be
"Secret
very intentional
tunnel."
about where we pick the
Secret
shrines, how we,
tunnel.
what
Yeah.
like locations, what art we were going to do with them, so they kind of
It
feel
did,
like
David,
that
but-
notion of reverence.
That
And
doesn't
one
mean
thing, that we will see a lot
Yeah,
of.
every-
moving
everyone
forward
wants Secret
here.
Tunnel.
But we've got the air bending, watermark symbol here on this card, and we'll get a look at a good number.
I do
of-
like
of
that.
these
I do like
elemental
that. We're gonna get
symbols
some
as
cool
well.
watermarks. Like we got the
All
like.
right. Well, speaking of as we go,
Ravnica guilds.
we mentioned this you journey through this world, but this set also seems very intentional in taking you through the story.
Yeah, all good, David.
Important moments.
I've got
and
the
character
tab here
developments.
with Avatar
Um,
searched.
so of
We're
course
just gonna
things,
keep
everything
refreshing
started
this.
when,
I promise
the
we
first
are
piece
all
of
going to be
art,
able to pre-order.
Occurred.
If it goes live while we're live.
But how much did you build in actual
Fire Nation
story
attacks. Look at
moments
that
and
art,
journey
That's
dude.
through
a
the story?
sick looking
The
card.
great
Whatever
and
this
loaded
is, I hope.
question, which I
This
really
sucks when they
appreciate.
do this kind of
Personally,
art, and then it's
super
like a
early on,
7
we're
mana
like,
like deal 4 damage
get
to
it.
a creature, and you're like, well, I'll never see
In fact,
this
we get
again.
multiple moments in episodes within. Like you could fan out the box, and
But a
you should
card
be
called
able to
Fire Nation
watch
Attacks,
the show.
that's
And we
gotta
really
be
tried
my
to hit
God.
a lot of those
a playable.
Please.
a lot of those character
Please.
moments, a lot of those
Like
story
the,
moments, and not just the present day.
gives all the
but
creatures
we
haste
have
or kinda
lore
thing.
and
I don't know.
history of events that set up the
Please make it
cycles.
a thing, though.
And so it was incredibly intentional. In fact,
Impact
we'd be watching
Tremors.
episodes.
I feel like we could
Yo,
see
Chris,
something like that.
This is such a
Oh,
small
talking about the
moment.
lore, another cool part of the Magic system that I really like, and I'll talk about this while they're just talking about art, is the way that the world is at any given moment affects their powers in a certain way. For instance, when that comet is coming in, all the fire
Yeah.
people are supercharged, but if there's
Right.
an eclipse, their powers don't work at all.
Yeah,
That kind of
exactly.
stuff with the different elements is super tight in the show because it gives
Yeah,
you,
it's really
it gives you
cool.
narrative devices to use in any, in any situation.
And
Right,
yeah,
full
and it
moons.
gives-
Yes, dude, that
Right,
was
and
so
it's like
sick.
the whole. I mean, it's the whole driving plot line for the thing. We have to beat them before the comet shows up.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
and then
it
the whole
gives
like
impetus to everything they're doing.
the
Yeah.
fish is the moon. The moon is like fixes the water bending. Yeah, it was just all. It was very
Thank you,
cool.
Jake.
Very near the start.
The haiku is the haiku. Oh, fantastic!
Haiku
I like
is a
his
haiku.
haikus. I'm glad
So
that
it
the
says
haiku,
water bending. We're
the
gonna talk about
actual
mechanics in a
rules
bit.
text is the
Got a whole
haiku. I did
mechanics
like his
section,
haikus
but
from
we're gonna
the.
go.
All right, here we go,
the show. They
chat.
were
What
funny.
about this story moment?
All right,
Water
this
bend.
is
So again,
Waterbend
talking
3,
about-
sack this enchantment if you do scry 2. While paying a waterbend cost, you can tap your artifacts and creatures to help. Each one pays for 1. So it's looking like, y'all, bending is going to be separate mechanics. That it is going to be mechanics that are they're going to be, I'm going to say mechanically different. They're going to be functionally different depending on what kind of bending you're doing.
I really like this. So we have a banishing light, but it has flash, which is huge, and it's not legendary, which is huge, and you can tap artifacts for it to pay for its cost. So you only have to leave up
No,
one
you can
white for this, and you.
No. The water, that's to just sacrifice it. Casting it is the mana cost. The water bending is just an ability
you're
to
right.
sack the
I was really
enchantment and
excited.
scry too.
Temporarily save your own thing. And
Well, it could have been better, but yeah.
was really what we were going
They're talking
So,
about it now,
well-
but you could flash it in on your own creature prior to a board wipe or in response to a board wipe.
True.
Save them.
The flash on Banishing Light seeing play in standard right now just as Banishing Light.
Right.
So having flash will automatically.
100%. This is upside Banishing Light.
Oh, yeah. This is really nice.
And so when we are Magic the Gathering, we need to find a way to ensure that bending feels like bending, but our
The
cards
water
still
bending,
feel
yeah,
like
seems to be
Magic
convoke
cards.
and improvise
So
kind of stapled
finding
together.
ways to take a scene that we all remember
And
one
notably,
comic visual
there's no
and kind of
there's no
bring it
colored
through
cost to
some
that,
sort of
so
magical
you can
lens.
just
Part of the
fully
brilliant
convoke
sound is
this
kind
or
of
improvise
really
or water
depth
bend it.
Yeah,
you know?
from the ones we've seen so far, there haven't been colored costs on the bending
Which is
abilities.
important. I mean, and for convoking kind of stuff or improvising like this, like not having a colored component to that is huge in terms of strength for a card.
There you go, Buzz. That's what I was talking about. Mark was just talking about set crossovers, so you know that with all the teaching
And
that happened in this
speaking-
show, all the story.
And lessons mechanically, you can play them in Commander, even though you can't go get a lesson from your sideboard. The other part to learn is you can just discard a card to draw a card if you don't have something to go get.
Or you can just be like, hey, I've got my lessons over here and I'm going to play with my lessons. Everybody cool? And everybody will be like, yeah, we're cool, man. Put the gun away.
Yeah, I guess if you want to play with terrible cards, you can do that.
In the show they say, it's not magic, it's water bending, and I was like, but we're Magic the Gathering, so we're gonna.
So we're gonna play
still be
Bending
leaning
the
into that
Gathering?
element. I think this piece also, just in as beautiful as it is,
I think that
really
Waterbend
captures
is going to
something that,
show up
and
on
specifically
different
Bill
color
Wilkins,
identities, Mobius.
creative lead and,
Yeah, because all the
led
bendings don't
art process.
directly correspond
We
to
spoke a
the
lot with
5
Avatar Studios and with
magic
the
symbols. I
creators
think they're
who
going to
went
put it
look
on
at the set, right? They had a
whichever
lot
they
of,
think
very
fits,
specific things they were
regardless of
looking for.
color identity.
But one of the things that was
Like, we
really
probably won't
motivating
see it
was that,
on like
kind
a
of
red
something
card,
different from them
but
was
you could easily see it on a
we
blue
want
card. You
it
can
to
make a
kind of
case for it on a
look
black
like
card.
what it looks like in our imagination.
I could see some
Like,
firebending
to be
abilities on black cards.
vibrant
Exactly.
and
I
to be
think
like
I
that.
think
We had an
because
unlimited
like
budget.
obviously
What
it would
the
be easy
show
to do
look like?
red and
And so
fire
I think
together,
that we're
but
gonna get to see a lot of
Earth gets
moments in
a
the
little
show
wonky,
captured
air
in
gets a
totally
little
new way
wonky.
that is
So
still very true to the original vision of that team.
Yeah, and just on that notion, Matt Kubata and I spent a lot of time with everyone over with the original creators and the team over there, kind of distill down exactly what imagination meant to them and what they wanted the
they're
show
talking
to
about
be, where they wanted
what
to
the
bring it,
definition
where
of
they want it
imagination
now,
is.
but
They are
also pairing
in
it
it.
against what the fan expects to see, what they remember, and so it's kind of like we all have our different visualizations of what the creators intended, what we want to make, and what the fans expect to see. And so, just special shout out to
Yeah,
Matt and
I'm
the
pretty
art
sure we
directors. They
are
spent
going
so much
to,
time, especially early on, kind of
Akai
weaving that
see
intricate web
each
to kind of find this
bending
nice
be
point
something
where
a
we can
little
flex in
mechanically
directions.
different.
So everyone would
Yeah.
be hopefully not just satisfied, but thrilled and excited of what they see.
Now, we're not going to see just moments that build the story, but how the characters develop as well.
Yes, show
hear
some
a
characters.
transition.
I want to
One of
see.
the characters
I want a
who,
commander in this bad
plays
boy.
it
Show me a
most
legendary.
is Zuko. And so here
Here's
we got,
Fire Lord Zuko. All right, whenever this creature
Nice.
attacks at
Will
X
be a card.
mana.
We're not showing
Fire
that today.
bending
We've got
X?
Fire Lord Zuko
Oh, whoa.
right there.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's like
completely different.
it's
Oh, this is
mechanically
sick.
entirely
Oh, this is
different.
sick.
There are
Oh, I love
3
this.
books in Avatar, and so that felt really natural
Okay.
for a lot of
This
our
this
main
is so much
characters
better
to
because
get
now thinking about the
different
avatar,
versions
the
of
Ang
them
card,
that
where it's like
represent
do
them
all
in
the different
points
bendings.
of their
It's
journey.
not just
So
like
here,
tap
Fire
all
Lord
your
Zuko,
bullshit.
I mean, this
It's
is
like
literally
you gotta
Right.
do a
the
bunch of
episode
stuff.
of the show.
Oh,
the,
this is
the
cool.
ultimate, ending point for Zuko's
Whenever you cast a spell from exile and whenever permanent you control enters from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you
On
control.
each creature. Oh, yo, yo.
ascended to the throne. And
Wow,
we'll also
firebending
see
is
kind
sick.
of
Okay, cool. Just
a-
add mana.
with
Yeah,
some other
firebending
cards
is just
later
add mana.
today, we will see
Oh,
that,
it only
as
exists
we
in
go
your combat
through,
step?
characters
Oh,
also
that's
pick up additional
bizarre.
colors. We're gonna see kind of the 3-color
Ah.
version is oftentimes the final.
So for
version
ability,
of them in the
oh,
story.
for like fire breathing. Holy
Again,
shit,
we'll talk a
that's
little
so.
bit about firebending in just a second here.
That totally makes sense.
But
They were just
I
saying,
really
we're
like,
talking over them, chat, but I'm trying to keep an ear on what they're saying. They just were talking about how
in the game
early
map,
character
the word
development
exile
is going to be
means
one
anything,
colors,
but, it
mid
means
character
also
development is
something
going to be
very
their
special
2-color
to
versions,
Zuko himself.
and then their
So
3-color
definitely lean into that a
versions
little bit
are going to be their
with,
like final. That's why we're seeing
being,
Fire Lord Zuko here.
So this is
the
him
end
at
of the
the end.
story for Zuko. Yeah.
This is sweet.
Next, we're going to show off a trio of cards that hit some of those, again, those smaller moments.
By the
that
way,
we
that's an
talked
attack
about.
trigger.
But
Akai was
what
just
I
saying
think
it.
I
That's an
love
attack
Yeah.
trigger, so any of
Double
your
that
attack
up.
triggers get doubled. Yeah, firebending is going to be
and the love
insane
that
Yeah.
with that samurai commander.
Sokka's haiku is. Once I realized what was going on,
Okay. All right. All right. I feel better
Counter
about it now that it
target
is.
spell. Draw
Yeah,
a
dude.
card, then mill 3 cards. Untap target land.
All right. That's, I'm into it.
Come on. You got to smile. You got to smile and
Yeah.
shake your head a little bit.
Redirect lightning is sick.
This card is protected till the
Pay
end.
5 life or just pay 3.
Yo,
that's so good.
Redirect lightning. I feel like CEDH players right now are going,
Oh my god.
one mana redirect.
Yeah, and there's like 8 other people. It was like, well, it's not 0, so I guess.
Yeah, it's fine. 1 mana, 5 life is fine.
I would recommend reading.
Yep,
the
there are
text
lessons,
out
Cloud.
loud, and maybe
That's
that would help a little
so
bit.
good.
But this
Point
is
for
something
Joel.
where,
It's like I
oftentimes during
sit and
development
think about this
of Magic,
game professionally with all of my time.
This is
we
a
will come
cool.
up with
This is a cool damage
designs
doubler.
that make the design team laugh.
This is new.
And oftentimes maybe they're a little bit too silly.
Flashing faded firepower too. This is like
Oh,
Iroh
jeez.
when the comet's coming, right? Where he's like, I'm
Yeah,
powered up too.
Yeah. This is. Yeah. Wow. This is really good. These are. Dude, this set looks really pushed.
Full of like joy and humor. And also just like.
Yeah.
Everyone, as soon as they read this card, they were like, "This has to say."
Redirect
like, we can't get
lightning.
rid of it.
It
And
is
so-
a lesson.
good.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Was able to make it to the
No,
final,
this set
and
is
yeah,
looking sick so
definitely one
far.
That is a lot of fun.
Man.
not
The
just
fact that
for,
you
know,
can, you
fans
can.
of the show,
I don't
but
know what they're
also
gonna put in to like go get lessons from your sideboard for like standard and stuff. But the
Teach,
fact that
yeah.
you can go, you can go get a counter spell. You can go get a redirect out of your sideboard.
That's what I'm saying.
Could be kind of nutty.
In Strixhaven, I believe it was called Learn or Teach.
It was learn. It
All
was
the
learn.
characters,
Yeah.
do a lot of learning, both of specific techniques
Man,
and
the fact that you can
forms
also
of
just
bending,
like
but also,
proliferate up your like faded
general
firepower
life
to like so you can
lessons
just
is
put it in on
something that
4
was
and then just like
key
start
to
cranking
getting
it up.
The feeling of the show, and when we asked people, what do you expect to see in Avatar, that was one of the things that they would always bring up. So we'll see a couple different lessons.
Yeah,
as well
Dom,
as a lot of
the
cards,
redirect
especially
lightning
main
is like
core
S
characters
tier.
that
I love
care
everything
about
on
the
it.
lessons. And really,
That's a really cool
focus on
card.
that element of learning.
Honestly,
I mean, they got the finger.
The part that I hate
art's
about it
good.
is it feels very stapley to me. It feels like I just kind of want this in every red deck of mine.
My favorite character is this because
Yeah,
they're all
but I like that the
Iroh
art
has
isn't just
always
like,
been someone like,
some dude standing there, right? It's
Oh,
not like
sick.
a Doctor Who card. No,
Yeah.
it's sick, right? Like, if I saw this card in every red deck for like the next 5 years, I wouldn't be upset. 'cause, like, yeah, it looks sick.
Anime and animated anything is just easy to translate, dude.
But really give
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
cheaper
mean-
deflecting SWAT, and we don't care about 5 life on 40 life
I know
format. We do.
Jake is going to continue to show this card to me as he redirects all my spells. So, I'm going to have to get used to it.
And he's ready to do what it takes to, win the day.
Not every red deck will handle lessons well, though, bro. That in a
doesn't matter.
Yeah, in a commander deck, that's just an instant. The word lesson
this-
on that card is irrelevant.
Yeah, did you know Kadama's Kadama's reach is an arcane spell? No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Was incredibly easy because if someone was familiar with
Yeah, Doctor Who's the worst.
Oh, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And they just ran with it. And if they weren't familiar with the show, there
No,
was a lot of
it has nothing to do with the show. It just has everything to do with the art. Is so just like everyone just stand around.
Here's the guy.
Here's the guy. It's like, look at Sokka in this. He's like animated, like doing a thing, even though he's just technically standing around. Like, look at Iroh in this faded firepower. Like, this dude's a fucking boss.
He's ready to go, dude. If a source you
it's
control
like-
would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls does damage plus an amount of damage equal to the number of fire counters on this enchantment instead.
Yeah,
It's not
right,
bad.
holy
It's not
shit.
doubling. It's not tripling, but
It's Torbranding.
it's any damage. So right, it's any damage too. So
Yeah.
red green decks ramp up. pump a bunch of mana into X.
Spending is.
That's pretty sick.
It's got flash, instant speed.
Flash is kind of huge because so many times you have to play these cards, and then it's like, oh, you wait till my next turn, and then I'll get you, and then everyone kills you. So
There's 17 shrines in Magic so far.
the commander is the best one.
Number 1 in EDH rec is Sanctum of Stonefangs. Number 2 is Honden of Infinite Range, and then 3 is the
I like
commander.
seeing wins. Seeing wins is solid. Just
Draw a
'cause I
card
love
for each
drawing
shrine you
cards.
control. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, who would have thought?
Anything up here, your top 4, top 8, pretty strong.
Stay tuned.
Faded Firepower with that new Kavu landfall guy.
Yeah, so redirect lightning.
Perforos, Impact Tremors, all those classic kind of like little get you here and there pings.
Oh.
Was about something being
So Tannic
Yeah.
Memorial Ensign. Whenever a land you control enters, it deals a damage to each opponent. If this is the second time this ability is resolved this turn, draw a card.
Yeah.
Those triggers on the stack, holding priority. We're going to
You can drop the
cast
thing.
Faded Firepower.
Yeah, or you just leave your stuff untapped, right? Faded Firepower in the end step right next to, people tap out, and then you scape shift.
Right,
and it's
exactly.
Like, hey, everyone, eat my butt.
Yeah, Joe Neal, you're talking about the watermarks. It is cool. Spec was talking about that. Getting a
Yeah.
whole new set of watermarks in this set is kind of tight. It makes foils look tight because the
It makes foils
watermark
look so
typically is really shiny underneath the text. So that'll be cool for the
Like, I
collector aspect
loved
of
it for
this.
Ravnica. I love it for this.
Oh yeah,
Like,
dude.
it's-
Jank, that's what I'm saying. This is just like full-on ramp commander, and then you've got a thing that'll make.
Oh my god, I just
For
forgot
7 mana?
firebending. You can flash it in during when you
Oh,
firebend it. You can
shit.
firebend this in.
That's
That's
cool.
cool.
Firebending,
That's
faded
cool.
firepower.
So of course.
Oh, that's
Oh,
really cool,
boy.
actually.
Oh man, this set looks so good.
And here is our first one.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I would have not going into this year, dude. I would not have expected me to be this high
Dude, it's
on
so
Final
good.
Fantasy and Avatar
man.
sets.
So one of the things
All right, let's see. Right, I mean, this art looks sick.
It really does. Destroy all
6 mana
creatures.
destroy all-
Choose a card
Not a-
name. Search their graveyard hand library for up to 4. Exile them. Exile the saga, then return to the battlefield transformed as a menacing firebending 3/5/5. Deals combat damage. Pay X. When you do, put any number of target creature cards total mana value X or less from that graveyard player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control.
if you played Neo Kamigawa.
Wow, I am everything and the ham sandwich.
But essentially, there
I
are a
mean,
number of
it's
these
6 mana.
sagas
It does. I mean, it plays really well with itself.
Did they
But it's
adjust
expen-
when they adjusted the spaceship? The vehicles, legendary vehicles, can be your commander rule. Did they change it so that legendary sagas could be if they could be a creature?
They have not. I don't think they've said anything like that yet. They would.
I mean, if anybody
we
sits down
don't-
and says, I want to play my Rise of Sozin commander deck, I'll be like, go ahead. I can't wait to see what this does. It's a
Really?
6
You're
mana
gonna let
board
someone
wipe
just-
out of the command zone.
No, that sounds awful, dude.
Whee! It'll be so fun, Joel.
Please no.
Look, sometimes I just fire from the hip, Spec, and I say shit without thinking about it, man. I'm a content creator. This is what I do. I just talk all day. Some of it's good,
Right.
some of it's garbage.
You play your 6th land, and then no one does anything for the next 12 turns because they're like, well,
Whee! It's a board wipe out of the command zone. Enjoy.
oh god. I like this
up,
stuff.
cardboard
This
shooter?
is a cool.
We didn't want to necessarily just make creature cards of them, which would work, but this was a cooler way.
Yeah,
to say,
I
hey,
like
this.
this.
Is a person from history.
Like, it's a big kind of bomb. It's a mythic. I don't know how much play this is gonna see. Control decks are not in black right now in standard. It's probably too slow for like powerful commander decks, but it's really neat.
So we've got destroy all lands. We've got this wipes everybody. This destroys all non-legendaries. Oh, this destroys all non-artifacts.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Is this the one of the better like board wipey? A lot of
mean,
saga decks, a lot of
thinking of
enchantment saga decks
Zalfir.
just made themselves in Final Fantasy, and so I have a feeling
Oh,
people
yeah,
are going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
interested in this.
What that character or what that
Yeah, Titus and Sozin, because I'm on the stream and I can say Titus, and Dom can yell all he wants.
It is what they are most known for, encapsulating very specifically
Tee.
an event that everyone
Menace and firebending, and then he can. So basically, he lets you pull at minimum 3 things at 3 mana value worth of stuff out of the graveyard.
Any number of
sweet.
target creatures, total mana value X
Is
or
it-
less.
Yeah, X or less. So like 3 or less. before, and that's just he gives you 3. You can have
Straight
more
up.
mana.
And it's got Menache.
Oh man, the what's the color? Mardu, the Mardu reanimator stuff looking hot in this set.
Oh yeah, that's what I need is more Marty Reanimator Legends.
Yeah, so your Dihada deck's 200 cards now, right?
You mean my Dihada Final Fantasy deck?
the Dihada, the final bending deck?
Yeah, Brad, that's what I'm saying. Jank was talking about a board wipe that exiles all your win conditions too. It's like,
It's
oy,
good.
oy, oy, going in there and just picking you apart. Commander, you're only going 1 card at a time, right? But still, you got to name it in advance.
Let's start with one card that we showed off much.
Yes, thank you, Brad.
Avatar Aang, Master.
All right, so we know
Okay.
Avatar.
We know we
Aang.
understand things now. Some stuff.
So
So
Firebending 2 makes more sense now in the combat line
So,
because that's an
on attack,
attacking
draw a
ability.
card.
Yes,
on attack, draw a card.
we know.
That's crazy.
Talk a little bit about this card, real in brief.
Oh wow, yeah, attack, draw a card is what that says. Holy shit.
Yeah.
4-color commander that is a flying 4/4 that like base level. You don't have to pay attention to anything else. It's a 4-color commander. It's a sans black 4/4 flyer that adds 2 red
Yeah.
mana when you attack and draws you a card.
Draws a card.
Caring about mastering
And then we know the water bending stuff. We have to figure out like if there's like a good, easy, or powerful thing to water bend.
Oh yeah, he is a
know
5-color
that's-
commander, isn't he? Yep.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Yep. He's got all
Oh, he
5
is.
colors on the back.
and I get all
Oh
the
shit.
Shit, dude, a 5-color. I mean, God,
This may be my first 5. I haven't made a 5-color commander deck, and I am tempted.
I've got Ulalek. Mine is a pseudo. It's like a 5-color slash colorless deck, you know?
hate Ulalek.
Yeah, I know.
The amount of bandwidth that requires everyone at the table to have. As
It's
soon
the
as
deck
second
I
copy-
play first before the joint passes around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That
It's
one-
like, all right,
that
and
one
then
has to
that
go
copy
first.
copies. And it was like, no, please stop.
I just get Buzz Fuzz to stand over my shoulder when I play that deck.
for this card.
Dude, I even think it gives Buzz a run for his money.
Just a bit on the art is it was very
Yeah, so this is interesting. So firebending, we've learned, is fairly easy. You just have to attack.
Yeah.
Waterbending
Just attack.
is you need something with waterbending, and it's a cost. You got to tap artifacts or creatures to pay it.
Yeah, if only firebending didn't give you a bunch of mana.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't need
And
it
it's-
because you're convoking with waterbend.
True. But you could use it if you didn't have a convoke out.
So we need to learn what earth and airbending are. Hopefully they're going to show us
Yeah.
those today. I would assume they will at this
God,
point.
that would be so cool. So far, I think they're sick.
and I was just like
Oh, transform, sort, nature.
And then he's got a Joda-like ability.
Oh no, it's just transform permanence. I'm an idiot.
But then also to get there,
It's Moon Mist, right? And Moon, is there any other thing like Moon Mist?
Exactly, Steve. Yeah, the Fist of the Sun stuff will be free with Aang.
Is this a human? It is a human. Yep, human avatar ally. Transform all humans.
Oh, there you go.
Just boom, straight up. $1.61 common from
I love
Innistrad.
that people have bought like hundreds of those cards to try and like spec on it. I mean, good for them, but it's also just like $2 still.
Earthbending turns lands into creatures. Okay. Is it expensive to do? Hey, question.
I like
Lore
I like that
question for
less,
you,
but okay.
Spec. What is that little
Yeah,
creature
what's
on Aang's shoulder?
That's Momo.
I heard a joke. Somebody go, Momo, arguably the most important character in the entire
Yeah.
series. What does that joke mean?
Oh, they get their own episode. It's pretty sweet.
Momo gets their own episode?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. He's a flying squirrel kind of thing, and he's a flying lemur, yeah.
Flying lemur.
And he's the best. Also, he terrorizes Sokka, which is important.
see his progression from episode
All right. Next, let's take a look at Toph the First.
Yes, here we
Oh,
go.
come on here. So excited for this.
Toph the First Metal Bender is a white, a green, a red, and 1 for a 3/3 human warrior ally. Non-token artifacts you control are lands in addition to their other types, but they don't gain the ability to tap from mana.
Oh,
Okay.
God, that was crazy.
And at the beginning of your end step, Earthbend 2.
Earthbend.
Target land you control becomes a 0/0 creature with haste that's still a land. Put 2 counters on it when it's died or exiled. Return to the battlefield tapped. That's awesome.
Oh, okay.
It coming
Whoa.
back is super sick.
And the fact that earthbending is essentially free, at least with Toph.
But it's beginning of your end step on Toph. So Toph and Aang don't work beautifully together, right?
Yeah, they work fine together. You attack, draw a card, and in your end step, draw a card.
Oh, and if you've done all 4 this turn, you're still in your end step. So I guess
you're still in your end step. So it'll trigger it.
Transform Aang when Toph's end step trigger happens of earthbending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this one's cool. I have like 8,000 land decks already, so I don't probably need another one. But this one's pretty sick.
The commander itself doesn't really interest me, but it is a cool design. Non-token artifacts you control our lands.
Very interesting, especially because you can turn those artifacts into creatures, right? So all of your like the enters and leaves artifacts.
Garage is trying to get us to stop talking ourselves into building this. You can have it. Fine.
You can have it. It's yours.
It's all you.
All good. But think about it this way. You know the artifacts that like when you enter, draw a card or put a land in your hand, right? Or when it leaves, you can do all that stuff. So this basically lets it die and come back, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah. I want to see what we can do to lands. What passive abilities we can give our lands. Lands you control. Okay, so question. If there's a card that says lands you control can tap for a color of any mana, that'll
give it to him.
That is providing your non-token artifacts the ability to tap, right?
Correct. And it's that whole when it dies or is exiled lets you really abuse your non-token artifacts that have those ETB or leave triggers.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, bro. So that Spine of Isha, that's just now a creature, and then when it dies, it just comes back.
So question.
We got a new card. New card. New card.
Katara Water Tribe's Hope is blue, blue, white 2, 3/3 human warrior ally. Vigi, when Katara enters, create a 1/1 ally. Nice. So you get a double trigger on your ally stuff. And then Waterbend X. Creatures you control have base power toughness XX until end of turn. X can't be 0. Activate only during your turn. So Waterbend is either pay mana or tap creatures or artifacts.
Right. And that's cheap. X is cheap. X has to be 1, but it's cheap.
And one of the important parts of Katara
so Katara says, play her, tap her, draw a card under Aang. Sorry, everything just draws a card. It's my favorite.
Yeah, this is a finisher for allies, for sure.
Yeah.
And yep, Arkonu, another call out on the nation watermarks. Pretty cool, right?
Love them. Especially that we're getting it in the multicolor as well. It's got the Azorius kind of blend in there.
But I will say, type ally, commander, blue, white. Oh, that's black.
The waterbending mechanic really allows
blue, white. 37 cards.
Very flexible in the way that you're using your resources.
See how far down we go before it's bad.
Hit people with
they're all bad.
Yeah, I mean they're all not great.
The other thing too, and I'm glad you said it, Chris, is like
this is an interesting card though. Look at that, uncommon from Battle for Zendikar. It's an ally that gives land creatures flying. Tech?
As a part of something that it's more
earthbending, waterbending tech?
I guess you could just play Wonder though.
Don't do that.
Here's how I feel about this stuff. With all the people that are speccing on ally stuff, it's like, look, for commander decks, they're just going to print the good allies because they're going to make them because they're all bad right now.
Looks like Aang decks are going to be really fun. 5 color, draw 6 cards a turn, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I don't love about building an Aang deck is that there are going to be like 5,000 of them.
All right, so chat, this is why I was suggesting maybe you unload those promos of Katara. Probably going to be a main set card. Not that the promos aren't going to hold value, but not going to hold the value they were holding on day one, I'll say that.
I've spied on a number of different characters that the type ally is there, and that was something that came up very early in
but this is cool.
Design that we were like, well,
good to know that we could actually get this card that, they had that promo version of it. Glad that we could actually get our hands on it. It wasn't just like promo specific.
Allows
Damien, what's up? Good to see you.
Show to actually be able to defeat the fire.
I'm going to be right back. I'm going to snag a cut.
Getting allies from all over the world to join together.
Arkonu, so far, I don't think there are commander decks.
Hadn't really done before. So So we started out with allies, and the more that we played with them, the more that we loved the ability for the allies to kind of, really represent that nature of people from all different nations and backgrounds coming together to take on this threat. So Katara here, this is, in book 3 when she's really come into her own as more of like one of the gang that is leading this charge, leading the, attack on the Fire Nation.
Cool.
Maybe a little longer on Star Wars, Damien.
Not every ally in the set.
And I bet they don't do DC until they're wrapped out on their Marvel contracts.
Classic, ally
Dude,
from Zendikar.
I would love,
about,
before we got DC, if we got a Marvel versus Capcom set, I would buy the crap out of that.
You can make that already. You can make that deck already.
The allies from this set
I know.
will work really well with those previous allies. So in this case, obviously, many previous allies have triggered abilities that Katara now
go
is able
search
to
Magic
double all of
YouTube.
them.
How many Magic creators have their
even though
own
the allies
custom
in the set will look a
Batman
little bit
deck
different from the
tech,
previous
okay?
ones,
There are some properties
it was
I'm
really
looking
important
forward to,
us
all
that
right?
We wanted to still maintain.
So with this
some of
Katara,
that
Aang
original,
draws
identity,
card, then draws a
mechanical
card.
identity of
So
the
that's
allies,
neat.
and get you excited about playing, these allies, not only with allies from this set, but with allies from previous sets as well.
And this is another moment that just like
No one wants to play allies from old sets. We all want the new hotness.
They need it. If there's seriously just a few that are playable.
Because
Seagate
Yeah.
Little
taking
Master,
allies,
and
which
he's
is
5.
just very specific.
Yeah, it's like,
gathering,
ooh, a 5
and then
mana
equating
ally
it to, like, well, it's
that dies
all
to
of
lightning
characters
bolt.
that
Thank
go
you.
through
Like
work
5
together,
mana,
form,
repeatable, indestructible on your allies is pretty good.
bonds, coming
Shapeshifter,
together.
this one's been
The
popping off in
flavor
price
fit very
actually. Yeah,
perfectly, and
$5.
since it was such a
Up from 0.
Yeah.
iconic and like classic bit.
I mean, the
of Magic
shapeshifter is
history, being
solid,
able to pull it
but
forward
also
and
it doesn't have the
reunite them
legendary
just
cost,
was
and
like such a
every single one of these
perfect
allies we've seen
moment.
is
I remember when
all
you
a
came over to my
named
desk,
character.
You're like, hey, what do you think about allies? I'm like, allies are pretty cool. Like, what do you think about allies?
So,
for Avatar? And I was
it's
like,
whatever.
You don't need to say. I already kind of get that. Like, there was no like, okay, but we could do this. The pitch was like, oh no, that
Double
already
trigger
makes
the
sense
bending, then
because
double
it's
trigger the
thematically
bending draw
resonant
from
to the
Aang.
progression
If the
of
triggered
show.
ability of
Then
an
it became very
ally.
exciting
Well,
to figure
bending
out,
isn't
well, how can we
bending
bring
is not a
back
triggered
allies
ability. Bending is an activated
Magic
ability,
specifically.
except
So
for
I thought it ended up
fire
becoming
bending seems to
another
be
way that
triggered.
you
So that
really
one maybe
showcase
yes.
and highlight the relationship.
But this is
that
whenever,
Magic
so
has
the
with
draw a
whatever
card is
awesome
doubled.
we're collaborating with.
Drawing a card will be doubled.
Avatar's
Whenever you do
got
those,
2 card
Already
draws with
seen
Katara in the
Sokka's
battlefield.
haiku.
but you
Now
may
let's
firebend
meet Sokka's
twice with her out
gold
because
boomerang.
firebending seems to be
I love
an
this
active.
name.
Well, the earthbending was
Here's
active, or it was a
This flavor
triggered one
text
too.
is,
Sokka
this
and his
lives in my head.
boomerang,
Like, how
when it enters,
Sokka
discard up to
sees
2 cards
himself
and draw
on
that
just
many
a guy
cards.
with
Whenever you cast an
Wow.
artifact or a
it's
lesson,
like-
put a +1 on
it's
him.
said in a variety of different tones.
This is
and
huge.
ways,
This is
and
on
it's
2 mana.
reflective of how he
Usually
feels
we
about
get this
himself.
effect
But
on
also
3,
it's just
like Curse of Light Shadow,
the
Fable of the
ingenuity
Mirror
behind
Breaker,
Sokka, when we kinda talked about,
Seasoned
like, his,
Pyromancer. It's discard up to 2, then you can draw
Blu-ray, it's a
2.
great conversation about
We
Sokka,
had
his
Fear
progression.
of
But there's just
something. It was one of the Red
having a
Fear
Sokka card
was
that
1
is just
card
fun to
on
say, like,
2 mana.
bold boomerang
So
here is fun to
although
say.
this is
Quote
it, it's
fun
forcing
to
you to be
say.
is
The
it.
card is just fun
This
to play with. And
is
it brings
the
that
most
spirit that
discard
Sokka
draw I
brings.
think we've seen on
He's
2 mana.
fun. He's not always lighthearted, but
Which
he
is
always
huge.
brings some
This is
sort
really
of, like,
big.
gag or whimsy to it, and just this card being very playable and very fun to say, very fun
Was
to
Earthbending
cast,
triggered?
the art just being like that kind of like
Earthbending
cool
was a
bravado
triggered
side of it. I
ability.
thought
It was
just
when
created a
Toph
very
hit the
nice
end step,
package
so
of
you would
where
technically
Sokka
get
is
2
at.
of those.
There you go.
And while we won't see it today, I would keep your eyes out. There may or may not
Which would
be
then
a
give you
boomerang.
So it seems
4
like
draw-
Earthbend
4
could
draws.
be either triggered or activated for Leo.
All right. Now let's meet what is certainly going
Sokka's
to be
pretty
one of
good.
the more
I like it.
popular cards in the set. Appa,
Wow.
Steadfast Guardian.
That's fair though. I was like, wow,
there's a lot
just
going
shitting all
on.
over
How
Sokka.
important-
Here's
but
Appa.
is more popular.
2 white,
mean,
2
like we were
other,
saying
3/4
earlier,
flash
Appa's
flyer.
a
When it
iconic
enters
part of the
airbend
show,
any number of
especially
other
when
target
you're
non-land
affecting,
permanents you
our
control.
lands
So
are
this is a
entirely
triggered.
Appa-themed.
Exile them. While each one is
Whoa.
exiled, its owner may
Plushes
cast
and
it for
mercs
2
that I've
rather than
seen,
its mana cost.
throughout my
And then
years.
whenever you
So,
cast a spell from exile, create a
Appa, just
1/1
an
white ally
extremely
creature
beloved
token.
character,
Wow, it just exiles
Okay.
them straight up. They don't
Really,
come back unless you pay.
That's
They don't
one of
come
the
back
things
unless
is
you pay
that
for it.
When it comes to
Oh,
the
weird.
animal companions that are
Huh.
part of the gang, they really are characters,
Whoa.
not just kind of like sidekicks or steeds. But like
Okay.
Appa, I mean,
Interesting.
Appa has like an entire episode dedicated to just following his adventure. So
It's true.
we treat Appa just like a variety of the other characters. In terms of making sure that we're capturing multiple moments. From
Oh,
the
yeah,
story
cast
and
a spell
representing
from
them.
exile, warp.
And in this case,
You're creating 1/1s when you're warping a permanent back in, or when you're
You do
casting
have
a
to
warp to
always
permanent
create
for
a
full mana.
balance of,
I guess is the right way to
which
say
areas
that.
want to be many colors versus want to be focused in. And generally speaking, because of kind of the nature of the show, the way that a lot of the other characters worked, there are a lot
I have to say, I do have an issue whenever they portray a character that flies on the ground, even though the card has flying, irks me.
Character to keep monocolor, so we can go into lots of different decks and really help to, lots of different decks, especially in Commander where you're really color restricted.
Yeah.
Appa gets to sort of, show up and be a powerful, ally, literally, to all of the different characters.
Yeah. All right.
It's like,
we're gonna come
make it
back
easy to cast all this stuff, even though
mechanics,
you
as we
technically
keep saying,
would have
but
had
we're actually
cast
really
all
close now.
those
One more
really
card,
big
and then we're going to go
mana
into
costs
mechanics. Because
to have
we
to
need
exile them
take a look at
anyway.
Momo
Yeah.
friendly
It is interesting, though, that you have to recast them
That's
for their
right, the
cost,
last
even if it's
member
your
of the
thing.
game,
Plus
of course,
2.
Momo here.
No, it's just 2. I
And
thought.
Momo here
No,
is kind of
I
tying
think it's
into
2.
one of the themes that
We'll go
we'll
back and
see a
look.
little bit in the limited of the set, especially, which
The
is
first
flying.
non-Libra creature
This
with
set
flying you
has,
cast.
Sorry,
It
the
costs
show
1 less.
has so much of a focus on,
Okay.
literally it's called Avatar: The Last Airbender, and many of our main
Non-lemur,
characters fly.
lemur bat ally.
And so flying is definitely one of the
So I guess
themes
it's just
that,
the first
it's a
creature you
classic
cast with
magic
flying.
mechanic.
Oh,
It's
so I
customized
read
for
that
a lot of
wrong, chat.
characters.
Thank you. It's
So Momo
just
here is
2
one of our cards.
generic?
It's really
Yeah, it's
focused
just 2.
on that,
Yeah.
joy and experience of being in the air, which is again one of the important things
Wow.
that is built into the identity of the show. But on top of that, I think also just
I mean, this is
to
whatever,
me,
right?
it really
Like,
Yeah.
helps when
It's a cool 1-drop.
you see characters that
it's a little
from,
tough because it's
show like
legendary,
Avatar,
but
when they are brought into Magic, kind of communicating
Doesn't
things
matter
like,
for Commander.
to me, it was really important that Momo was a really small, cheap flyer, and that he was, powerful at supporting, the other characters. Because to me, that is what Momo's role in the show is. He's very small, very nimble and agile. He's not packing
All
the
hail the
biggest
Stream
punch.
Monarch.
And so I
Crowns
think
in chat. Crowns in chat. All hail the Stream Monarch. Benovsky.
is trying to
Benovsky
slot
said no
characters
EDH decks, right?
into
Only
their
beginner
role in the game
decks.
of Magic,
To our knowledge, that's
similar
what
to
we've
what their
seen.
role
We have
in
seen
the-
something
in
called a
the,
Commander
show that
bundle.
they're coming
We don't know what that is yet.
And also,
But it's probably just going to be like a
everything will
deck
add
builder's
the
kit or
show
something like that. If it's not a straight up
I like to
precon.
think that in this
Benovsky, thank you
it's
very much.
all-
Let me see
It's
some
all
crowns
the
in chat.
allies. It's all the old allies that they put into one thing to hit all the people trying to spec on allies.
now.
All hail the Stream Monarch. Benovsky. Thank you, Ben.
Mechanics. So most of the time at first look, we don't talk about mechanics. It's a little early. You don't have
And
to
yet-
the set, but as we were looking at the set, we can't talk about the set without talking about what the
Yeah, it's
bending
tough.
mechanics
And I
are.
mean, we've just seen
Yeah.
so many characters, and
Yeah.
so many of them use the bending mechanics, so it's really hard to not talk about them.
Exactly. So we are going to talk about them. We're going to start with
Yeah.
airbending. So let's go back to Appa. Appa's going to highlight airbending here. So tell us about airbending.
Yeah, so airbending is a mechanic, so you airbend a permanent, and that means that you exile that permanent, and as long as it's exiled, its owner can cast it for 2 mana rather than its mana cost. So that's not additional, that's instead
Oh, is
of.
that how he
So,
says that? I like
if
him
you
less.
airbend a 1-drop, it costs 2 to bring back. But if you airbend a 6-drop, it also costs 2 to bring back.
That's
And
crazy.
one of the things that
Yeah.
when we were working on the bending
is a
mechanic,
crazy
I mean,
mechanic.
that's really the heart of the set from a mechanical standpoint is, hey, this is the unique element of this show. It's the thing that obviously everyone is going to be excited to see, and we wanted to make sure that
I wonder
we
if
were
you can
getting all of the
airbend
mechanics really correct. And
not
one of the
your
big
stuff.
things about bending in Avatar, the thing that makes it so exciting, as a magic system, and as,
Right.
or like a
I bet you
power
could.
Because like if
system,
it's,
is
I bet
how
you can because
flexible all of the bending
Appa
mechanics are.
specifies
One
your
of the
stuff,
joys
which
of watching the show
to me
is that
means
you're
like you could
constantly
specify
getting to
other
see
stuff.
new inventive uses of the bending that you might not have
Still no
thought of before,
pre-order.
or maybe even the characters haven't. thought of
I was
before.
just checking
And so it was
too.
really important for us to capture that in our bending mechanics. So for airbending, for example, airbending can be used kind of to delay your opponent by getting their stuff off the board. And
Ah, yes.
It's-
Thank you.
it's going to cost 2 to bring back. That's not that expensive, so they could probably replay it in the next turn. But maybe just getting rid of it temporarily is going to be useful for you. And that felt very airbending to us. The idea of, hey, like, we're not necessarily hurting you or getting rid of you forever. We're just going to like temporarily disable you. But sometimes you want to airbend your own stuff because, again, if you airbend a 6-drop, it only costs 2 to bring back. and you can get a huge
Aang's
ETB,
iceberg. Is that?
You know,
Oh, I guess
over
it's
and over
technically
again because
airbending, but it's not going to count for your Aang trigger.
Yeah, but
that
it
kind of
didn't
dual
didn't
use
call it
and kind
that
of figuring
because I think
out
it's just
when you
more
want
of a
to
banishing
airbend
light.
what was something
When
that
you cast a
was
spell
really
from exile,
compelling to
create a
us.
1/1.
This mechanic especially
Airbend any
you know,
number of
came
permanents
straight
you
from
control.
Mark Gottlieb, who,
Bro, like,
had never seen
paying
the show
2
before.
to get
We basically-
some of the
we were sitting
ETBs
around trying
again?
to think of what airbending we're doing. We came up with a bunch of different ideas,
That's
but none of them were
very
working.
interesting.
Yeah.
Gottlieb was
Lawrence,
like,
thank you very
"Can
much for the
someone
donut.
explain to me what
Staying awake
airbending
at 2
does?"
a.m. waiting for the
And he was like,
pre-order to
"What
drop.
about this?"
Good luck,
And
dude.
that went straight into the file and stuck the whole time. As soon as we played with it, we were like, this is
Typically, they
gold.
go for an
shout out to
hour
Mark
on
Gottlieb
these, so it's
for-
very
for
likely it drops in
inventing
like
airbending,
9-10
but,
minutes, something like that.
So yeah, so we will see
Yeah.
not only like Appa here, and also plays well with Zuko that we saw earlier.
Yeah, I like protecting yourself from a board wipe. I also like doing it to just like protect from single target removal, so you can keep Appa
All right,
around
now
and
let's talk
actually
about
use that,
waterbending. So we're gonna
create a
bring back
1/1
up
ally
Taro
stuff.
Water Tribe's Hope. That Waterbend X there. What's going
Yeah.
on here?
So waterbending is a type of cost. This one is X, but we've seen on previous cards like Aang's Iceberg. Like
I gotta
oftentimes
say,
you
it's
see in
ballsy
the
of them to
card.
design
And
bending
that cost, you
as
can just pay it
mechanically
as you normally
unique
would. But
features
waterbending also
completely.
gives you the option to pay
That
by
is
tapping
that
your
took
cards
some
or your artifacts.
courage, and I
So
appreciate
gives
it.
you a lot of
I
flexibility
really
in the
like
way
it. That it's
you're
not just
playing
some
the
like,
game. This is really the key
ooh,
word
do it
of
with the
waterbending.
red thing. Do
Correct.
it with the green thing.
Correct.
Oh, that would have been so boring.
I think it was a strong choice that was not an easy choice. In retrospect, it may seem easy to have made and designed, but you sit down and start thinking about these things, making them mechanically unique abilities across a set is just a very strong choice, and I like it.
The idea of being very flexible and being able to
I was
change
so
your
up in the air
approach
for
to
this
different
stuff.
situations.
I
So with
didn't know what
waterbending,
way they were gonna
if you have a
go,
lot of
and
mana,
I'm
great.
so
You can
happy
spend
with the
mana.
way they chose to do the
But
bending
if you have
stuff.
a lot of tokens in play, especially if you've got creature tokens or clue tokens, you're going to be able to tap
Yeah, that's a
your
good
various
point.
permanents to pay these costs. And
Garage,
that gives you a lot more
it is
flexibility with the way
sorcery
that your
speed.
turns play out. Like maybe one turn.
Oh, well, only
you'll
during your
activate
turn.
Using mana, and the next turn you'll tap your creatures and use your mana to cast a different spell. And
Yeah,
so
Nico, it really does. It seems like they
you'll
super took
see,
their time with this
variety of
and
waterbending cards that we see over time.
really,
Now, waterbending
turned the
is
problem
large
upside
number of
down, so to
different
speak.
ways
They
to
didn't
different
just take the
outputs,
easy path on
and
design for this,
ability
the
to
lazy path for
both the
design on
input
this.
and the output of your waterbending.
And that's what I always say to the haters, man. Every time anybody's like, oh, cool, Magic's dead. Got it. I'm just
Well,
like,
I
bro,
think
it feels like they're putting more effort into this than ever. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, the issue with the Spider-Man stuff is that it just was supposed to be a small set and then got turned into a big set. So it was like a whole weird thing happened with it, where I think this was designed to be what it is from the start,
With my cards, like I got the notion of what it was going for, and it was a very, very tiny thing that gave me so much joy. Highly encourage you at pre-release to really go over if you're.
I'm with Damien. We haven't seen Spider-Man yet. We've seen a few select cards.
You'll really feel it.
David, I'm with you. There's so many people.
Next, let's learn.
So many people that are getting into this because of this.
Right. So earthbending.
There we go. There's just earthbending on a sorcery.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
This is just Awaken, right? This is just that same mechanic.
Or use them as a wall to block for you.
Yeah, if y'all make
You
fun of
get it
Spider-Man,
back, though.
Damien's going to be
If your land
sad, so
dies
don't do
or is
that.
exiled, it's gonna
You get this
return
card
the
back,
battlefield.
though.
And earthbending is pretty similar to some previous mechanics we've seen in Magic before, particularly Awaken.
Yep.
There they go. They said Awaken.
Look at you. Look at you.
One of the downsides of these mechanics is that you would oftentimes get yourself into a sticky situation if you did them too early in the game.
Yeah, the fact that with the earthbending mechanic, the lands come back if they get destroyed really makes it more advantageous to do this. Less of a downside potential, I should say.
Yeah. Awaken's just like, am I a joke to you?
Yes. Because Terminate sends my swamp to the graveyard, and I hate that.
Feel a lot safer turning your lands into creatures. And once we got rid of the danger of that, it allowed us to make a lot more cards with the mechanics and made it way more fun.
Turns out if we just remove the downside from Magic, it's way easier.
Right. Magic is dope without the downside pieces.
Oh, God.
Again, when we're talking about the bending mechanics, flexibility was a huge, focus for us in terms of capturing the feeling of bending. So the idea of earthbending where you can...
Yeah, I mean,
Amulet of Vigor is just good regardless. Like, Titan can win in 2 turns in Modern, so I don't know if this is helping. A 4-mana sorcery isn't going to change that.
Well, and it also has haste, so...
Earthbending 4 means put 4 counters on something, but if you have
Drop
another
it.
card that
Drop it on any land
same thing,
that's already untapped.
Have multiple creatures.
Enjoy
But,
Amulet of Vigor going
the
from
wider you
$30
go, the
to
more of your lands are gonna get taken up,
$50.
Acting as creatures. So you have to weigh that.
Wandering
Again,
Minstrel
that's flexibility
Earthbending
was a
deck.
big focus of
You're making the
design.
universe's beyond haters cry,
On
Dom.
top of that, I'll also call out that
I
this is a
read no
lesson,
birds in that,
Earthbending
Tom.
lesson, and this is one of our common lessons. In the case of our common lessons, we oftentimes are trying to capture the sort of core fundamental building blocks of Aang's journey, of him learning all 4 elements. And we see him pictured here with Toph, who is his earthbending master. And we'll see a couple more of those, as we learn more about the set, in the weeks
So if you
and months to come.
earthbend
But,
a fetch
the
land
lessons in this set, one thing that I should call out is
and
there's a
don't
lot of cards
attack
in the
with
set
it,
that
you
care
sack
about
it to
the
go
set
get a
lesson.
land.
But this set doesn't.
You
It
get-
comes
you get
right
the
back to
land.
your battlefield, right?
And you get it. Yep. Tapped, but yeah, you get it back.
When we were playing with lessons, I mean, we really brought them into the set. for
Or
flavor,
when you
because we
sack
loved
your
the
escape
flavor
tunnel
of
or your
learning the
secret
lessons,
tunnel,
learning
you get your
different
secret
elements,
tunnel
learning
back.
different life lessons, and having the mentor characters that cared about things,
Interesting.
that cared about
Earthbend
those things.
strip mine.
Oh, brutal.
Dom and I are on the same page.
Yeah, it's a bad page and everyone hates it.
Oh, Wasteland Earthbend.
This set, but of course, the subtype lesson still does what it used to do, which means that any of your old learn cards are still going to be able to.
If you can earthbend all your lands and then just hit Armageddon
But we're not
and
gonna
make
see
everyone cry.
we will just see a number of cards that care about the subtype lesson.
Got it. Okay. Jank
Just answered.
just clarified what they were just talking about that we were talking over. There's no learn
Okay.
cards in the set, so
Text from
Good to
the person
know.
Teaching the lesson itself.
and even more
Like this,
crossover
where Aang and
potential
Momo
with the
themselves
Arcavios
are
set.
created and concepted to be generally the
When we go
sequel
there in
who
middle of
gets,
next
like,
year.
the most wisdom, or it's his time to learn
Interesting.
something, or he's had some sort of epiphany. We pulled the flavor text.
Yeah, we
from
just want to
the core character,
earthbend strip
because
mines,
it's
Stilius. That's all we want. We're simple.
Yeah.
We're simple men. We're normal men.
to understand, to kind of unlock
Simple man
himself.
filled with hate.
We're normal men. We just want to
Off
earthbend
of,
strip
Momo
mines.
here hitching a
We're
ride
but we're
on,
just
the
simple
deck
men.
holders here. Just a lot of fun. Momo does seem to just kind of show up.
We're just
a lot in the
innocent men.
background of many scenes
We just
in the
wanna
show,
earthbend
and
our
just kind
strip
of
mines.
disappears all the time. In fact, it's happened a number of times throughout our set where Momo has just showed up in the background of art all across the set. So as you see more
Make all
cards,
creatures allies with Nexus in your Katara deck, then earthbend ETB lands.
All right.
Now we're
Our
doing it.
Final bending mechanic for the set.
And then we got Firebend.
Firebending.
By
Oh, here's Fire Nation attacks. Instant speed, create 2/2/2s with Firebending 1, and it's got flashback of 9.
oh, that's bad.
It's
I
interesting.
told you it was gonna be bad.
Flashback is cute, though. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna be flashbacking to that throughout the series, right?
And that goes all the way up until end of combat as well.
Ah,
At the same time,
man.
You'll
This is
attack,
unfortunate.
block, deal damage, and then you'll use your mana right at the end of combat too. So again, going back to that keyword of flexibility.
Firebending 1?
For us,
That's interesting.
the idea of
I
mean, we had the
Bacon fat.
mercenaries.
That's damage.
If you
right?
go
Like, it's
to
not
Magic the Gathering, you
But what
can
we found
search
was that,
just
hey,
their...
that was a little bit of a narrow view of firebending as we
Just
learned
their
to show
store.
Yeah.
firebending
So, like, just type in Magic the Gathering, and on any
Also,
product, if you click
it's
on,
so
like, the
evocative.
product
red mana
name,
symbol is so evocative of,
like,
creating
like if you
fire.
went to this
Firebending is
box,
the only bending
it says
of
visit the
four
Magic the
that
Gathering
creates
store
the
underneath your
elements kind of
listings.
out of thin air.
Click on that, and then you can
once
search
we
all
sort of
Magic the
tried out
Gathering
this
over here, and
idea
I'm
of
just
creating
searching
mana,
Avatar.
It really opened up so much in terms of, hey,
And it's got
It's
all the
fine.
cards with the
We-
word Avatar in them.
or dealing damage. But
Yeah, it
this
does.
mana can be used in so many different
Oh
ways.
my God.
There's so many different things that you can do with mana. It's the fundamental,
Do you
resource
think he's
of
the only one at Wizards of the
idea
Coast that
of
pronounces it
you
wrong?
create a bunch
Because
of
that'd be
extra mana,
crazy.
but
Do you
if
think people
I
talk about it?
honestly
find
feel
out
like
a
it's a
way to
choice
use
at
it in
this
the
point.
meat of battle, that was so
He's
He's,
gotta
he's
know.
worked there forever. Yeah, he's worked there
Really
forever.
Right.
So many fun designs, and honestly, firebending was one of the mechanics that we settled on the earliest because when we tried this out, it
Instant
was so
speed
fun and so
2/2s?
flavorful
Not
that
bad.
We were just like, this is
Not terrible. It's not a mythic.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
Doing things during combat. I see this card, Fire Nation attacks. To me, it feels very much like a sorcery.
Spec was like, have me on the stream today. I forgot to mention my throat is in shambles.
It was good for the first 30
I mean,
minutes.
like, there's going to be a lot of cards, especially in red in this set, that are instant speed to work well with firebending. In this case, the Fire Nation attacks is a great card to play. If you've got some firebenders out, you can play it a little bit early. and then the firebenders that it makes can help to pay for its
Oh, that's
own
interesting.
flashback.
Yeah, your firebenders
this is one
can
of the,
help you cast
handful of
Fire
cards
Nation
that have
attacks.
flashback, again, kind of alluding
Yeah.
to
'Cause it is instant
So-
speed.
that this is, the Fire Nation attack is not only
so you get 2 mana,
moments
so
in the
it's
past that we're getting to see,
just still really
but
expensive.
Also, you hear it at the beginning of every single episode. So having the Fire Nation attack multiple times felt really resonant to us for the experience of as being a fan of the show.
Yeah.
One other card I'll call out that we saw earlier, Faded Firepower, right? This is another, that card, it has flash. So you can flash in and give everything bonus damage, but that especially works really well if you've got a bunch of temporary mana that you have to spend during combat. So cards like that, there's going to be a lot of things that players can find, creative and fun uses for their mana.
Yeah. All right. Typically, this show ends at 11 o'clock. We try to be an hour. We're going to go a little bit over today. Because we have 4 minutes until then, and we still have. He's laughing.
I warned.
They're laughing because they know how much is left. We're going to run through some of the booster
That's
fun
so exciting.
pretty fast.
Booster fun
we'll have
stuff
some
already?
cards,
Okay.
Let's go.
treatments.
Typically, we don't
We're
see
gonna
booster
start
fun on this
with the
stream.
headliner card.
Headliner.
You've seen this card. This is Avatar Aang.
We've seen it.
But the raised foil, that's gonna be a pretty
Yep.
hard to open.
Absolutely beautiful. Brian really brought so much energy to this piece, and the set would fundamentally just be completely different if we didn't have.
That's art from the
seen-
creator.
as this waiting
Yeah,
for you.
we've seen it,
And it
but
was so
it's still
awesome
sick.
that getting to work with the creators
So
of the show.
cool.
They're
So
very
nice.
involved
Yeah.
in all of their partnerships, which is awesome.
Amazing.
Next up, borderless field notes. So we're gonna see this.
I love the
on
field
some-
notes. This is one of my favorite
This
treatments.
looks really great.
Just charming, beautiful, and feels very resonant to the in-world art we see throughout.
There's
the
your
show.
art
We're
of
trying to
Appa
recapture
flying,
that as
Appa
it's someone
flying.
Yeah,
going around
love
charting
it.
all the
Absolutely love
wonderful, weird, and whimsical creatures we see throughout the show.
Yep.
hope
Then
they
we're
do
gonna
the duck
see
turtle.
the elemental frame, which we're gonna see here on Katara.
Okay, yeah, we've seen
Yeah,
this
and on
one. I'd
these
love to see
cards,
another
you
one.
can see that in the the upper left
Yeah,
hand
these are
corner of the
solid.
text
I really
box.
like the old cartoon style.
Rather than having the watermarks kind of be behind the text like it
Watermark
is in the
up
normal
here.
treatment, these cards all have a specialty place for an
Dig it.
elemental symbol to go, and you'll see that that will correspond to whatever character.
These will look
is
tight
being
in
depicted in
flying. This one, I mean, in foil. This one in
All
particular
right,
is going to
and
look sick in
then
foil.
we've got
All the
this
white.
next one's really cool. The borderless.
Do you think some frame
battle
styles
pose.
just like style
This
on the
is,
other frame
Fire
artists? They're
Lord
like,
Zuko.
look at my frame that everyone
is
likes.
this?
This is crazy.
Yeah, straight
This is
from
really
the show
cool.
intro, that kind of silhouetted, highlighted by its elemental
Whoa.
light. It's very fun to try and recreate.
I
this
hate
and push it
textless
for
cards,
a
but
handful
holy
of
shit, does
cards.
this go
Yeah.
hard?
This is actually kind of
We'll
tight,
have more details
dude.
on exactly
Like, it looks really
where
good.
and when all of these drop.
Bro,
in a
in
future
foil,
article,
that's
but
gonna
for
look
now, these
insane.
are pretty cool. And of course, we're gonna have extended.
I know. I'm
art
with everyone
cards.
that hates
The
textless
next
cards.
one.
I get it too. I hate them, but holy shit, does this look
is
good?
a new card. that
Yeah,
we-
Pika
This looks
Hakoda.
so good.
Little Hakoda.
Yeah, Hakoda,
Wow, you
Sack
go to extended
Hakoda,
art
creatures
after
you
that.
control get
Father
+0/+5
leads
gain
the
indestructible.
Southern Water Tribe warriors,
pretty
and
good.
also is instrumental
Oh,
in
it's
the invade
ally-
when they launch their attack on the Fire Nation. And again, you can see here kind of
Whatchamacallit.
the ally
Yeah.
call out
Yeah.
of there are going to be many cards in the set that care and benefit
Oracle.
your allies.
That's a
and
crazy
then
head.
we
Ally
have
Oracle of
the
Moldiah.
borderless double-faced cards.
That also
That's
sacks to give everything
my favorites, yeah.
indestructible.
Okay. Yeah,
All right, and
into
we're
it.
not done showing off new cards yet. So,
Whoa!
well, we jumped to it. All right, so borderless source material.
out of nowhere, force of negation.
These are going to be
Whoa.
reprints using source
What?
material art.
This is him.
Holy
This is him
shit.
sucking firebending out of the
Around Final
king,
Fantasy
right?
Not long ago. So
Oh,
probably
yeah.
most of you,
You need-
Whoa.
are going to be familiar with
That's
the source
crazy, dude.
material.
Out of nowhere, the
treatment.
freaking
This one's going to be a little different. Chris, you were saying the
force
drop
of
rate's a little
negation
different.
That's right.
reprint, dude. Holy
That's
shit!
These
insane.
are
That art looks
going
sick.
to be showing up a
Oh,
lot
crap.
less frequently in play boosters.
God,
than
the
for Final
smug
Fantasy.
bitches that are
So
gonna be playing
you will
this
still be
force of
getting,
negation
I
of people.
believe, at
It's like,
one of
I've
these
removed your
in
magic
every
from the
collector
stack.
booster. But in play boosters, I think they're closer to
God.
one in
This is
25 or
crazy.
so.
That was
That's
unexpected.
Something around that. So they're going to be showing up a lot less in the limited environment if you're playing with play boosters. But you're still going to be
Damn,
getting them
dude.
in all
I
the
didn't have
collectibles.
Force and
That's
Negation
so-
on my
On top
bingo
of that,
card.
I also want to call out that at the
I did
bottom of the
not.
card there, you can see
pre-orders
it says,
are up.
Book 3 Fire,
Yeah.
Chapter 61. So one of the special things that we wanted to do with the source material for this set was there's,
Pre-orders
not
are up,
that
chat.
many
Oh,
episodes
out of stock.
Avatar. Wouldn't
Out
it
of
be
stock.
cool
Rip,
if
too late,
one
sorry.
shot from every episode
This
made
is
it
it
onto
going
the
up
sheet?
right now.
So as you
Okay.
see more and more of these
We just
borderless
gotta
cards,
hit
you're gonna
refresh
see
a
that
little bit
every
more,
single
chat.
one is from a different episode, and they all capture different moments.
Hey, look, pre-orders
and,
are up,
if you go
and
ahead
they're
and
gone.
collect them all, you kind of have a cool,
God damn it.
you can lay them out and view the entire series from beginning to end with one
Yeah,
card
that just
for
means
every
they're
episode.
uploading right now. I mean, look, there's
And
not
to answer your question in
images.
chat, because this is important, no, the source material cards are not standard legal.
I'll keep refreshing.
They've got that TLE. TLE. TLE.
No, they're not printing Force of
and one more
Negation in the
source material
standard.
card, just because.
Great Henry print!
Because we wanted to show,
God.
Force of Negation has
Cool
a
looking
magic
Great
name.
Henry print, honestly.
It's so good.
Eric
I love
Airbender
it.
name with the magic name.
Oh, it's
Right,
so
that is also,
good,
I think, a little
dude.
bit
right.
different from Final Fantasy, is that for many names that
What are your thoughts on
Yay,
the one
Great
you showed
Henge
now?
reprint.
the world of Avatar.
Yay,
we kept the
Great Henge
original name.
reprint.
But for a few, especially legendary ones, we have renamed to fit within.
And it's cool
the
looking, too. Banyan tree.
Yeah, it looks sick. The
All
art's
right,
so nice.
and almost to the end here. We haven't even talked about Jumpstart. So after the last Airbender,
That's right.
That's true.
There's
That's
going to
true.
be some Jumpstart packs. We're going to, again, try to do this relatively
Sweet
quickly 'cause,
reprints.
we've got 4 more cards to show off.
They know how to do
so,
these sets, y'all.
Jumpstart. Let's see one of our first Jumpstart cards. We've got Aang Airbending Master.
Okay.
Talk a little bit about the Jumpstart product.
So Jumpstart, this one's a little weird. If you're not familiar with Jumpstart, chat, this is a limited environment product that is meant to provide an easier limited experience for inexperienced players. All you have to do is take 2 packs, shuffle them together, and you've got a deck, quote unquote. What it means is this set gets opened less than normal sets, but they still, to get us to try and get us to buy the packs, I should say, they seed good cards in here, good commander cards in here. That's how they push all these sets nowadays, and Jumpstart is the worst one for it because you'll end up with cards that are $60 for a mythic that's like maybe a $15, $20 mythic on a good day, but because of the scarcity, it's insane. So we'll see if this Jumpstart's going to be the same. Every Jumpstart has acted like this so far, and with this one having named characters inside the Jumpstart environment, I'm a little worried that some of these are going to be playable but not available. So
Again, kind
we'll
of
see.
capturing that feeling of the characters learning and growing over time and getting stronger. We're going to see a couple of different characters use experience counters as kind of a
there will be alternates sometimes,
you know,
Damien. No
mechanics
full
that
arts, no
sets these
foils in
cards apart
Jumpstart,
from
but
each other.
there will be
also have a couple
anime
of these
alternates a
cards,
lot.
and then
I don't know what they're going to do with this one,
Yes.
though, because it is an animated show, so anime alternates of
Very
anime
true.
is weird.
Because when we meet him, he's actually already an airbending master. So we can kind
No,
of
they
use his
typically do
experience
not
to
put
show off.
Jumpstart in the collector boosters either.
Food time, yep.
All right, next up we have Katara Waterbending Master.
Which you can see here, we kind of depict her later into book 3, where she is really a master of her element at that point in time as she's gone through her whole journey. To get
Attacks,
there.
draw a card for
Right,
each
and,
experience
the
counter you
nature of
have. Draw a
Jumpstart
card.
is
Jeez,
that these
that's
cards
good.
are going to be
2 mana,
monocolored.
that's pretty good.
And that's
Cast
one
a
of the
spell
reasons
during
why
an
in the
opponent's
main
turn,
set, we see
encouraged.
So many 3-color legends. We wanted to make sure that there were lots of different options, so that if players wanted to play a many-colored commander deck, they could do that with the main set cards.
Playable but
But
unavailable.
maybe they want to build a
Watsumoto.
monocolor deck,
Yes.
or maybe they just want a version of.
Ooh,
Katara
M. Night
that can put
Shyamalan,
into
Universes
other
Beyond,
blue decks. So
Secret
the
Lair?
Jumpstart cards,
That could be a good crossover.
Are primarily monocolor, both to make Jumpstart work, but also just to give players more different options.
Yep. All right, and then we have Fire Lord Ozai.
Yeah, so this is a piece we actually also got early on.
Attacks, you can sack a creature. If you do, add red equal to the sacrifice creature's power until into combat. You don't lose this mana. Pay 6, exile the top card of each opponent's library until in a turn you can play one of those cards without paying its mana
in the first
cost.
half of book 2, where we don't know much about him. We just know he's the threat that is coming. And
Seems
everything
pretty
is building
good.
towards. So
Yep,
when we
seems
wanted
good.
to create this piece, it was very important to me that we captured almost like the idea of Ozai versus Ozai himself.
At least
So
it's only one
he
of those
is too good
cards.
for
No,
us to
Brody,
be
we're
so
taking-
all of them.
far back
We're
in the
keeping
frame.
an eye
We
on the
see more of
Amazon
his
pre-orders.
troops
Right
and
now,
the
it's-
palace itself and the
they're trying to
fire
load
and
up,
what he
but
represents versus
millions
the man that he is.
and
I know we're
millions
trying
of
to
us
wrap
are
up, but
hitting
just really
here
quick, I do
reload
wanna
on
call out
Amazon
something
over and
that's
over
kind
again.
of,
So
obvious if you've been
Yeah,
looking
it's
at the
Rakdos.
cards, but just to say it explicitly, right? Not every single
Larry.
character that is a firebender, for example, has the
Sweet art,
firebending
though.
mechanic.
Sure.
Many do, but we also have other cards that just work well with firebending, just to make, it got a little repetitive.
Steve, I don't
every
know,
single character
man.
had exactly the same ability. And here we can see Firelord Ozai as an example.
It'll start
of a
at
card that
400 and be
doesn't have
600
exactly
by tomorrow.
firebending, but has abilities that clearly
Tomorrow,
play well
like
and
30
tie
minutes.
into firebending as a theme.
Yep. And then last, but certainly not least,
Uh-oh.
the Cabbage Merchant.
Yeah, you
There
know.
he is.
We had to show him.
Yeah.
There
let's go.
he is.
And the Cabbage Merchant, here I want to call out just
Opponent.
as an
Okay.
example of this Jumpstart product has a lot of fun packet themes.
Yep.
A full team of designers that were all Avatar fans worked to make sure that it wasn't just, green packet number 3, but it was, let's
Gotcha,
make
okay.
a Cabbage Merchant packet that has food tokens and is all themed around the cabbages. And there'll be a couple of more kind of, the packets are
Opponent
themed
is
around
really
various
nice.
characters or various different themes. Or
Yeah,
places in the
honestly, you're
world.
gonna make
And
so much
that is
freaking
something that was
food
really
off this.
important
That's
to make sure that
insane.
Jumpstart has
Yeah,
its
it's
own identity,
actually
and
really
There's
good.
my
delivering on
overreaction
things that were
sentence
going
for
to
my
delight
Magic
fans of
creator
the show,
lovers out there.
even beyond
It's gonna be
things
really
that
good.
fit into the game.
And also, we
I think
needed
it will
to
be,
show
though.
him in a moment of serenity and peace and kindness. But if you look at the top right of the art, there is a sled about to careen into his beloved cart. So that moment won't last for long.
Yeah, we might be seeing more of the Cabbage Merchant on some other art pieces.
You have to
and
sack the
given all of
food
this
if a creature
happening-
deals combat damage to you.
I
It's
will
so
call
funny.
out, as chat has, that the cards with
card that
this
works well with
set
Academy
symbol
Manufactor,
and
no.
TLE
No way.
left will not be standard legal. They will be legal in
Chat, I appreciate y'all hanging out today. We're not quite done, but if you are hanging out right now, if you could do me a favor, hit like and subscribe before you bounce. That would be dope. I'm Joel. I talk about Magic the Gathering every day on the internet, and I think about it every day. This is my full-time job. So if you want coverage of card prices, new release products, things like that, make sure you hit subscribe, hit that like button. I appreciate you hanging out today if you did.
Pre-release, we've decided.
So,
to
Chad, this
lean
is like
into
confirmation, no
the theming, and
pre-cons
it will
right
be
here,
a,
right? Look at those pre-release kits,
season
though.
pre-release where when you show up, you get to pick one
Ooh,
of these 5
dig it.
characters, and your box is going to have a special booster pack that is entirely that character's color, and always has that character in it. So if you
So you've got
bring your
white, blue,
friend
black, red,
who
green
loves
right there.
Toph,
So you got
if they pick
yeah,
the top box,
you got
they are for
who?
sure
What is
going to
Zuko's
get
sister's
a
name? Looks like
version of
Zuko's
Toph
sister is
in that
black.
box.
Azula.
Which is
One of
kind of
the
like
things
what
that's
we were
especially
talking about, right? Was
always ask
black was
Yeah.
going to be all any element taken to its maximum evil extreme. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
They were like,
This is
okay,
cool.
there's-
Can't wait to
what's the
force
black box
Azula.
gonna be? And I was like, the black box.
Yeah,
is Azula.
seriously, like I'm
And as
I'm
soon
in
as I
on
say that,
Azula or
everyone's
Zuko
like,
for sure.
yep.
I'd maybe
Yeah.
play
Of
Toph here if
No
it was
further
an
questions.
option.
chat was already
Those are the
talking about
pre-release
that.
kits,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
could just
So they're
ha-
monocolor.
Yeah, these are your 5 pre-release
Joel, we have to do this
options.
pre-release.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll do the two-headed
Oh, yeah.
giant. The two-headed giant
Oh, yeah.
pre-release of this one will be
Alright,
super
we
sick.
only went 8
Oh, my
minutes
God.
over, but thank you for sticking with
Yeah.
us.
Chat, that
This
was
is great.
quite
This is
a
fantastic.
reveal day, dude. That was better than we have really, I think, ever gotten on a first look day.
Yeah.
I'm about to sprint into the content mines and begin making videos and shorts as I were. I'll be live again Thursday night, new video tomorrow. Chat, I'm kind of hyped on Avatar. How are we
Oh, it's
feeling?
so good,
Let's get a
dude.
little poll going. Spec, as I make this poll, final reactions to our reveal day of Avatar as a major Avatar fan.
This is fantastic. The art's sick. The mechanics are sick. They did not phone in the bending, which I think we were all kind of hesitant on.
Yes.
We're seeing a lot of cool characters, a lot of different ways to use these mechanics. And it looks pushed to shit. So, as an Avatar fan,
I don't know. I don't
excited.
know if it looks pushed as shit yet. It does look a little pushed. It looks more
yeah.
like I would have expected the power level of Spider-Man to be, and it looks like the power level
Yeah.
of Spider-Man is going to be a little bit lower than this, actually. But that just means that the Marvel sets in the future are going to be sick. The
Yeah,
X-Men
there's
and
just some
the
way-
Avengers ones are going to be dope, you know?
There's some stuff that plays with like the warp mechanic in this.
Yeah.
Like some stuff that just has a lot of interactions with older sets that we've seen already, and stuff that looks like it's going to be able to have like stuff for the future as well. Sorry guys, my voice is shot. But yeah, it looks so cool. I'm so excited for it. I think it looks fantastic, and the art looks so dope. That is one of the best textless headliners I think we've seen, hands down. So Yeah.
Yeah,
kinda
those
nuts.
booster fund treatments. Yeah. Chat, it's going to be it for us today. Appreciate you. We're going to let Spec go rest his voice, and I'm going to go pee because I've been sitting here drinking White Monster so I could keep my energy up and not yawn on camera. Appreciate you. Love you. We'll be live again Thursday night for some Commander with the Patreon. If you want to play Commander with us on Thursday nights, go join the Patreon. Lots of other perks over there, including the official channel playmat and sleeves, etc. Love you, mean it. Talk to you soon. I've got to go watch Outlaw before Strix and Nico and BuzzFuzz like tie me down, and well,
I'm coming for
they
you.
want to do that for a different reason. So, all right,
We're
love you
gonna
all.
Bend you into it. Yep.
Oh, don't bend me. Don't bend me.
Oh.
All right.